What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and we got ourselves a divisional round live debate. New York coming into the link this Saturday at 8:15. It's going to be a night game. We are live on 3 channels in Giants Nation and Eagle Nation. Let's start with the home team. LB, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Listen, this is the day the Lord has made. I couldn't wait for this one. I am happy for this. This is it right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, be happy now because at about 11:30 Saturday night, them smiles gonna be turned upside down. Come on, Giants fans, let's go, baby.
Let's go. Beddoes get me hyped up. I'm ready to run through a wall.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to run through a wall. You guys know how I feel about Philadelphia. This is no secret.
So all right. So starting this off, you guys did have a great win against the Vikings. No ifs and or buts. I had the I live streamed it, and at first I really wanted y'all to win, but the way you were playing, I was like, okay, this. I ain't never seen the Giants that focused, but that doesn't deter me from what I think about my Birds. But what was your thoughts going into it, seeing Daniel Jones playing, I think, his best game, especially the combination of the rushes with passes? I think them 17 attempts were a lot, but he handled it really good, and he just fed off it. He got better as the game went on with them rushing attempts. How did y'all feel seeing your Giants finally get a playoff win?
Yeah, I'll start real quick, and then I'll let Beddo go. But, I mean, I saw what I've seen for the last month. It's just that now the national media is catching on. Daniel Jones has played – I'm not saying he put up 300 yards and 70 yards rushing, but he's played at a very high level for the last 3, 4, 5 games. The Giants have started to open up the offense, but now I think everybody else is catching on because not everybody watches the Giants like Bad Dog and myself do, the ESPNs of the world, the Fox Sports of the world. But I was very confident going into that game. I thought Daniel Jones would play a very good game, and he did. Minnesota's defense is not very good, so I would have been surprised if he didn't tear them apart, and he did. I thought they would utilize his legs more in that game because it's a playoff game. You put your body on the line. That's a massive weapon. So, yeah, I mean, Daniel Jones, to me, I already knew it. I knew he was coming back, but that game just cemented it. Like, this guy's getting a contract. And to me, he's approaching, if he's not already there, a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. He's played great all year. So I'm excited going into this matchup against your Birds.
For me, it started with the first game in Minnesota. When he threw for 334, we turned the ball over twice inside their 20. Richie James dropped the pass inside the 20. But you could see at that point they started to kind of let Daniel Jones go. And then he had the great game against the Colts. He's only gotten better. And I think what you're seeing is a very confident quarterback and a very confident offense, which we haven't seen in years here at the Giants. There's no question that was by far the best overall performance I've probably seen from Daniel Jones. He's had flashes of really good games, but this one against Minnesota, he was completely dominant. He literally carried that team to victory because our defense was struggling a little bit, and we got down 7-0. We're like, oh, God, it doesn't look good. And then Jones right down the field with his legs, with his arms. I mean, Chris and I are both thought we'd win that game and I know a lot of Giants fans did as well because we thought we should have beat him the first time we played him, but we kind of gave it away and lost in this 61-yard field goal, which seems every kicker in the world hits 60-yarders against us. But, I think that you started to see this offense evolve. And when you're seeing them break out the Statue of Liberty play inside the 10-yard line, which I love, it just goes to show you, Kafka's opening up the entire playbook. I don't think we've seen everything from this offense, and Philadelphia certainly hasn't seen what we're about to give to you guys. I think we're going to give you a little taste of your own medicine because, Jalen Hurts likes to run around and get them yards. I think you guys are going to get a taste of your own medicine in this one.
Now, LB, tell from your perspective what you saw in that Giants and Vikings game as an Eagle fan.
The Vikings are food, man. Everybody knows the defense really can't stop anybody.
You picked us to lose that game, LB.
I did. I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it extremely real about I'm gonna keep it real about Daniel Jones and the Giants season. Actually, a very, very good season. I think Daniel Jones earned a lot of respect. He definitely earned some respect from me. He was a guy that I didn't think was very good going into this season. They kind of been pitting Daniel Jones and Jalen Hurts against each other all offseason, and it's just honestly refreshing to see both of them rise to the occasion and have both of their teams playing at a high level. Now, what I saw from Daniel Jones in the Vikings game was sheer dominance. You can't even replicate that. I mean, you can't even debate it. Think about it, man. 300 yards passing, 70 yards rushing by a quarterback like Daniel Jones. We're not really used to seeing Daniel Jones be that dominant. Now, one thing I will take away that, made me kind of be a little concerned about the game Saturday was they actually got some explosive plays. And I think they might have been towards last in the NFL in big time plays. Daniel Jones was creating big plays and big moments. Saquon Barkley set the tone with his big run for a touchdown, and then the big plays start following after that. I'm really looking at the utilization of Saquon Barkley in that game, knowing that he's coming into Philadelphia pretty much fresh because they just let Daniel Jones have his way. So that was an all-around great performance by Daniel Jones. It was a great team win, and you really can't take nothing away from it. But the Vikings, everybody does this to the Vikings. So, if you want me to be, he ain't going to look like that against the Eagles. I think they are going to try to run him. They are going to try to spread him around. They are going to try to create every opportunity that they can so these guys can move the ball. But we not the Vikings, man. We're much more faster to the ball. We don't need the blitz to get pressure on Daniel. Daniel Jones was literally a statue back there. No pressure at all. So we're going to see how it shake out, but can't take nothing away from Daniel Jones. Impressive. He deserves a contract.
Yeah, look, to elaborate on the Daniel Jones talk, he played even down the stretch. You can see the games were better. Again, I don't pay attention to the Giants that close. But in this playoff push, since you guys played the Washington football team, y'all been putting some good stuff together. I did watch that first Vikings game. I thought you guys had a real opportunity to win. The Vikings, not only have they been just bad down the stretch, their defense has been all-time bad, like ranking in 25th plus in all categories. I mean, the Lions and the Packers, who are not in the playoffs, both put up 40 on them. The Colts lost the game, but they put up dang near 35 plus on them. So the last 6 or 7 games, the Vikings couldn't stop a nosebleed out of both sides. Like, it was that bad. But still, I didn't expect to see Daniel Jones be that dominant in the run game. And if you would have asked me, I thought Saquon was going to be the man in that game. And he only ran the ball 9 times. Now, yards per attempt was good because he had 53 yards, I believe. Yeah, but 9 rushing attempts, I think.
He had like 60 yards receiving too. So he had his plays.
And listen, Isaiah Hodgins, you try to say last time, Isaiah Hodgins has been playing good, and I watched him closely in this game. I'm like, where did he come from? Because he's catching balls and he's doing things. What do you have? 8 catches in that game?
He had over 100 yards, 105 yards, I think he had.
I think it was nine targets, 8 catches. So, we'll see. But we can only talk about what the Giants did because the Eagles had the luxury of sitting this one out. And I think the NFL is a what have you done for me lately? And so it's like, did you see the Cowboys blow them out? Did you see the Giants do it? Did you see the Niners 41 piece? The Eagles got no chance. What? We're 14-3 for a reason. So I need everybody to tailor expectations. I know y'all coming in talking about y'all going to run through us, but we were available. We didn't have to play because of the consistency of what we built throughout this season. So, the Chiefs ain't getting no love Monday and Tuesday. The Eagles ain't getting no love. The AFC is not my concern, but the 3 teams that won their games, they won it respectively. And so everybody's forgetting what the Eagles did.
It's okay because you guys are coming off a bye. You can be a little rusty. Listen, the Giants got to go out there and punch them right in the mouth early. The Giants can't get behind against the Eagles. There was one thing that Minnesota go down the field and score 7 points. Different story. Philadelphia has been our nemesis for 10. Giants fans, listen to me. I can't stand this shit. If we're ever going to take care of business and wipe away 10 years of frustration, because I'm frustrated, I can't stand the damn Eagles. I'm like the Big Lebowski. I hate the freaking Eagles, man. I just want to win this game. And I'm telling you, Eagle fans in my chat, 48-22, 48-22. And they don't say anything about the last game of the season when we played our 3rd and 4th string guys and the Eagles squeaked by us. I'm going to tell you right now, every year except for 86, because we are the number 1 seed. And again, this has no bearing on this year, but every year the Giants have won a Super Bowl, 1990, 2007, 2007. They had to go through the number 1 seed. I wanted Minnesota because I felt like we could beat them. I wanted the Eagles because if we're going to the Super Bowl or we want to make a run at it, you got to get through the Eagles at some point. You got to get past your nemesis. Like the Red Sox in 04, they had to beat the Yankees. It had to happen the way it happened for the Red Sox to finally win a World Series. If the Giants are going to make this run, this magical run that nobody thought we could do, we're going to have to beat this damn team. This team has been in our way for years. So if the Giants are going to do it, I don't want to beat anybody else. This is the team that I wanted. It doesn't matter what happens in the regular season. This does not matter. We should know this from experience. Dallas wiped us out in 2007, got in the playoffs, we beat their ass. Nobody beat the Patriots in 2007. We got in the playoffs or the Super Bowl, we beat them. So what happened 48-22? Yeah, we got embarrassed. What happened the last week of the season really didn't matter for either team. All the marbles are here. This is a different Giants team. This Giants team is playing its best football, which is when you want to. Now, the Eagles, you can chalk it up to injury. You could chalk it up to the fact that they had a big lead. You could chalk it up to whatever, but they're not playing as well in December as they were at the beginning of the year. I feel good about this game. We can play with this team. They're not that much better than us. Don't listen to this 48-22 shit. I don't want to hear it. We have to play football.
Jalen Hurts.
You don't turn it over, run the ball. We win this game. Damn right, Giants fans. Let's go.
Jalen Hurts missed 2 games in December, though. So, of course, we wouldn't be playing our best football. You know what I mean? I don't think you guys are playing your best football. I think in the last 7, you're like, you're like 4. In the last 7, you're like 2-1-4.
I don't care about the record, LB. The Giants.
How can you not care about it?
Daniel Jones's last 2 starts, the Giants have put up over 30 points. They don't have a 30-point game since Pat Shurmur was the coach. In 2019, they've scored 30 in their last 2 games, back to back.
And who did you play?
It doesn't matter. Look at all the bad teams we played the last 3 years. Our offense couldn't put up 30 points. Our last 2 games, we've put up over 30 points, and the game against Minnesota was a week before that, in which we had 24. So this offense is definitely the best it's been all year.
Right, listen, you guys also struggled against Indianapolis, correct? You won on a pass interference call.
We did.
Right? You squeaked by the Bears, the 3-13 Bears. You squeaked by them, right?
No, we beat the Bears by
25-20. 25-20. Yeah, come on. You guys, you might have peaked a little too early. Look at LB over there. He knows.
I don't think so. I don't think we peaked at all yet. I don't think we peaked too early at all. I think that first loss to the Redskins, put a sour taste in our mouth. We had to adjust, and the Colts game was right after that. I think what happened with the Philadelphia Eagles down the stretch was a combination of injuries. We've been healthy for the most part of the year, so a combination of injuries piled up on us. I don't know, play call. I really can't call it, but 14-3 is 14-3. If you only lose 3 games, if you only lose 3 games, I can't find a stretch of playing bad football when you go 14-3. It was way more positive than negative for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I think the deciding factor on Saturday will be the gap in talent. I just think we're too talented. I think coaching is closer than I'd like to admit. You know what I mean? I hate the fact that you guys coaching is that good, but I think the talent is what's going to ultimately separate us. It's probably the separation could happen in the second quarter, but it's going to happen. And you guys are going to lose by 10 plus. We're just too talented of a football team.
You guys know as well as I do, it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a season.
Not if you're the home team.
All right. So I'm going to break down the numbers for you because I've looked into it.
15-8.
24. It's 15-9, I think. But yeah, it's 15-9. So 24
times.
You're
saying you're going to beat us and make it 9s? That's 15-8.
No. I think it is 15-9. I think it is.
A Giants reporter just reported it like a couple hours ago.
My mistake. Maybe 15-8. But when you think about that,
yes, Chris, 15-9 after Saturday.
It's going to be 15-9.
That's right.
When you think about that, Mike, though. So that's 23 times it's happened, right? 15 plus 8, 23. I think I'm not great at math, but 23 times it's happened.
For a Giants fan.
Meaning that in the regular season, it was 46-0 because they swept them. 23 times they played those teams twice. In the playoffs, 15-8. That's a big difference from what happened in the regular season. So I know you might look at that. You might say that's a huge advantage for us. It's tough to beat a team 3 times, and it's tough to beat a team that is as well coached as the New York Giants are 3 times, and a head coach who coached your quarterback in college. And if you don't think Brian Daboll may know some of his tendencies going into this game, you're fooling yourselves. And I'm not saying that you guys aren't going to win. You guys should win. That's what I love about this game going into this game. All the pressure is on Philadelphia.
Absolutely.
You're home. You had the bye. You were 14-3.
Yep.
The New York Giants were.
You've kicked our ass. We got no chance.
We got no pressure.
You're right. You're absolutely.
Real quick. But according to you, we didn't really beat you 2 times because was that the Giants on the field week 18?
Oh, and that's a bigger advantage for us because you didn't get to see all the things that we have.
And did
You didn't get to see anything we saw in Week 18. We were very vanilla that week.
You know dang well it was a vanilla tune-up game for Jalen Hurts. Let him throw the ball 35 times, get that arm going. So, if you want to get to the technicalities, we only seen each other one time. And, again, you're getting a guy like C.J. Gardner-Johnson back. You're getting a Dallas Goedert back. You can talk about Lane being nicked up. You could talk about Jalen being nicked out. But I seen your tweet. You had 2 defensive linemen with 14 pressures against the Vikings. Them 14 pressures were key for you getting some stops. You're not getting that against this offensive line.
Kelsey has Dexter Lawrence's number.
But let me tell you.
I just looked at the film. Kelsey got, what you call him, sexy Dexy? Kelsey got sexy Dexy on speed now, man.
We didn't blitz because we played bracket coverage against. This is going to be a totally different game plan against you guys. No, we played bracket coverage against Jefferson in order to shut him down, which we did. We allowed guys like Osborne and freaking Hawkinson and tight ends kill us. I'm not going to deny that. Goddard's going to be a pain in the ass. And I hate that little squirt Boston Scott, little son of a bitch.
I got the whole Giants offseason plan this year. Boston Scott's a free agent. The Giants got to pay him whatever it costs to get him on the team. I don't even care if he plays.
Give him quarterback money.
This guy's got like 15 career touchdowns. 9 are against the Giants.
What? 15-9, Chris. You don't see how those numbers work, buddy.
Let's get this Giant killer chats real quick. Shout out to Vernon. He said the Eagles are going to jump down the Giants' neck. Toba said, "LB losing weight. You nervous? Them G-men."
I'm back to drinking my gallon of water a day.
There you go.
I changed it up. We didn't even go Coke Zero because Coke Zero ain't been working against the Eagles. We went with green tea.
Green tea. Man,
and Saturday, we play Saturday. It's my cheat day. I'm breaking out the cinnamon rolls, Giants fans.
There you go.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Well, the last time they won a Super Bowl, I ate cinnamon rolls before every game. So
you can't seriously.
Bringing out
hold on. Right, bad dog. You can't seriously.
Tell me whatever it takes. I'll throw up before the game if I have to.
I'm not even talking about that, but you cannot seriously think after beating the Vikings this season that was supposed to be a rebound or a rebuild has turned into a Super Bowl.
Why not? It's the postseason. It's totally different.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Confident level way
one thing I will say. I love the fact that the NFC East is back. There's 4 teams left in the playoffs in the NFC, and 3 of them are from our division.
Yeah, first time ever. 3 teams in a division round, right?
As much as I do not like the teams in this division, I love that this division is back to where it was when I was growing up. Because I'm an old son of a bitch. I was around in the '80s when Madden and Summerall were calling those big games on CBS. I love the fact that this division is the best in football again. That makes me proud as an NFC East guy. Like Louis T says, LB, it's family business.
It is.
We can make fun of each other's teams, and no other division going to come in here and talk crap about this division. So that makes it fun for me.
Yeah. We hate you guys, but we respect you. We play in the NFC Beast, and it's the Beast again. And I posted this on Twitter after the Cowboys
2020 season, right?
Yeah.
That was a bad one.
2020, the division winner won 7 games. 2 years later, the final 4 teams, 3 are from this division. The NFL's crazy. Like, how does that happen?
It's crazy.
And look at all the playoff teams last year that didn't make it this year. From the Rams to the Packers to
the Cardinals, if you want to go AFC.
There's just so many just flip. Yeah. Any offseason, if you do it right, if you don't got guys like Gettleman, you can retool and redo. And listen, your GM to your coach is great. I just had Clay Harbor on the channel, and he was talking about when he was, because he was an ex-Eagle tight end, but when he was a tight end for the Patriots, Dayball was his coach. And he was like, I got the Eagles winning, but man, that I knew this guy knew offense. And I've always thought that sooner or later he was going to be a coach. It just sucks that he became the Giants head coach because, he still watches his Eagles and his Bears and his Jags, the teams that he played for. But yeah, Dayball was a guy that I lobbied for before the Nick Sirianni stuff. So when y'all got him, as much as I wanted to poo-poo it, I couldn't because I would lobby for him. But he didn't leave that year, and so far so good.
It's a huge advantage for the Giants to have Dayball, who coached Jalen in Alabama. That's a huge advantage that a lot of people are not talking about.
On that.
Not only do you got the film, You got the guy who he knows this guy personally.
Yeah, but hold on.
Tendencies change. This ain't the same. This is second team All Pro Jalen Hurts.
And you know what, LB? You know LB, I'm going to give you credit, LB. I'm going to be the first to say it. I mocked Jalen Hurts. I'm going to be honest with you. And
I know you did.
As far as I know, you were the most outspoken supporter of his.
Hey, I told LB on Twitter, and LB knows
he proved me wrong.
He proved me wrong too, but I love all the Eagle fans. Like, I was on board with it. I was like, oh, LB, 90% of the Eagle fans, like 90% of the Giants fan base, like Daniel Jones ain't the guy. 90% of the Eagle fan base.
I still think Hurts has ideal circumstances, but regardless, he stepped up at a great level.
Hurts has done things this year that even when I watched from Oklahoma, I didn't think he could do. Because I watched you a question, CeeDee Lamb all the time. CeeDee Lamb was wide open all the time. He always underthrew him. I got a question for you, Bad Dog.
Jalen Hurts or Kyler Murray? I know you. What you got, Bad Dog?
Jalen Hurts. I think Daniel Jones over Kyler.
Look, Bad Dog can't say it.
LB, it hurts. It hurts, LB.
I knew that was going to hurt. I knew that was going to hurt.
Both of those guys are awesome in Oklahoma. They're both better than Baker. So there you go. Hurts definitely had a better year. Listen, one thing I can tell you about Kyler Murray that I didn't know, watch him play at Oklahoma. I didn't realize how he didn't take the NFL serious. You know what I mean? You can have the most talent in the world, but if you don't work at the NFL level, you're not going to succeed. I've never knocked Jalen Hurts for his work ethic or, being a leader. He's always had that mentality. I just didn't think he could make the NFL throws. That was my hang up on Hurts. I didn't think he could make those throws. I didn't think he had the strong enough arm to throw those, 15, 20-yard out routes, but he did. He works and hard work pays off. And it doesn't, and let me get on my high horse here as an old guy. Well, you young people, it's not just in football, it's anything in life. If you want to succeed at something, you got to work hard. These guys are the top athletes in the world, but the best of the best work extremely hard. You think Michael Jordan is as good as he was because he sat around and played Call of Duty? No, well, they didn't have Call of Duty, but you get my point. That's what Kyler Murray's doing, playing Call of Duty. He's not looking at film. Daniel Jones got on a plane and was watching Eagles film.
Daniel, we about to carve y'all up.
Yo,
I can't wait.
I'm going to carve us up. You're the birds. You're the birds. We're going to carve your ass up.
I want to get to a couple. I see people dropping a lot of donations in my chat. I want to make sure we get to some of them. So
go ahead.
Yeah, I don't want to be rude. So thank you guys for being here. Let's answer a couple of these questions.
So to be honest, the Eagles gas tank running is on E. Again, a lot of the rust stuff that you guys said that you really think is just going to come out here like that.
I don't blame Giants fans for feeling that way because
you got to look at the positives.
I said it before the playoffs started. I said if we were going to play you guys, I preferred it week 2 as opposed to week 3 for that exact reason. We played the Dallas Cowboys when they had the bye. They came out rusty. We played the Packers in 2011. They were 15-1. They came out rusty. It happens. I'm not saying it's going to happen to you. We'll see, but it happens. Teams sometimes the way they respond from the bye. So maybe we catch you guys off for the first quarter and a half. We could take advantage of it. We'll see.
It's 4 quarters though. Trey said, "LB, why Hurt got 145 carries?"
It's part of the game plan. Is what we do. What you mean? You got 13
Daniel
rushing
Jones
touchdowns.
won the game with 17. Daniel Jones out-carried Saquon Barkley. So I mean, we can't talk about running quarterbacks anymore.
You had 14.
Let me ask you guys.
That part of this game not implemented.
I want to get it from an Eagles fan's perspective. Let's say that you guys are Wink Martindale. How would you try to defend your offense?
Not playing man.
You can't. He could. I mean, playing man means you still don't respect him. Everybody that's played man against him, he's cooked them because he can make the throws now.
And
this is how I would. Right. This is how I would defend Jalen Hurts. I would hit him every time, even if you don't think if you think he's keeping it or not, you just got to hit him. That's the only way to really defend him. If you think he's going to keep it on the read option, you got to hit him every time.
So all that's my philosophy when I said in the last season, bring everybody and just hit the guy.
You gotta. I mean, you gotta hit him. You gotta make him think twice about keeping it. But he's a top 5 decision maker with the ball in his hands this year, so it's kind of tough. You know what I mean? It's kind of tough. The only thing you could do is hope for a slow start. Because if we get 1 yard from the goal line, QB sneak.
Automatic.
You know what I mean? Right.
Why are you guys cheating on field goals? Why are you guys cheating on field goals? What's up with that?
What you mean? Break that down.
So there's a rule.
Why are you cheating on field goals? Why are you sticking papers down for the spots and everything?
Yeah, but it's okay. You took the cheating man out. Sipos was the cheater, and he's not playing.
I was just asking why you did it. I didn't say you were going to do it this week.
I don't have no knowledge of that.
It hasn't been fully proven. You know what I mean? It hasn't been fully proven, but you know what I mean? Look, let me just say this. They figured that out towards the end of the season, but they definitely didn't figure it out. They definitely already put it on blast when we played y'all last. And our guy kicked a bunch of field goals in that game because y'all kept stopping us in the red zone with this vanilla offense we were playing. But to your point real quick, you got to zone blitz. You got to hope that the blitz makes him panic in the pocket and throw it quickly. But you just said that you're going to leave a spy for her. So you're really trying to play single coverage out there with these 1,100 plus wide receivers?
I think they have to pick and choose. I don't think that they could play single coverage the entire game. Maybe you play single coverage once it gets inside the 20 because you have the extra defender because you can't let Hurts just kill you with his legs from inside the 20. Maybe you use it there. I think they have to pick and choose. But there's going to be times you have to worry about Jalen Hurts' legs. Like you can't it'll be death by 1,000 paper cuts. So that's what makes you guys what you are. So you guys are tough to defend. Obviously, he's multidimensional, unlike Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins, you get that interior pressure, you knock him off his mark, he's in trouble. Jalen Hurts could improvise. So it's a different task this week for the defense. It's definitely
it is. You got to try to squeeze Hurts in the it's easier said than done, but you got to make Hurts a pocket passer. That's going to be your best chance. And if he beats you like that, you say, okay, you got me. But if Hurts is able to run around and do the things that he's done all year that made him a second-team All-Pro, it's going to be a long day for us. Number one, it's hard to cover anybody for 5 seconds in a quarterback and extended play, let alone Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. So the defense is going to have its work cut out for it. I don't think anybody's denying that Philadelphia has got one hell of an offense. But like I said, Daniel Jones can do a lot of the same things that Jalen Hurts can do. So we saw that last week. We know Daniel Jones has had big games against the Eagles in the past, running the football.
Running the ball big time.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what, Bad Dog. I never thought about this because people ask me this. Well, they ask both of us this all the time. Who would you compare Daniel Jones to? And I was just listening to Rich Eisen's podcast because as a Giants fan, you're like, you're pumped. You want to see what everybody has to say about your team after a win like that. Rich Eisen brought up a name, and I'm curious to see if you guys agree with this. And when I think about it, I'm not saying it's identical. Colin Kaepernick. Is that crazy? I actually said to myself, that's actually not a bad comparison.
I think Daniel Jones can throw a little better than Kaepernick.
He's more of a
he's more accurate. He didn't have the arm.
Yeah.
Kaepernick
but
Kaepernick had one of the best arms I've ever seen.
I see similarities, and I heard that. I'm like, the way he played in that Minnesota game, it did kind of remind me.
It was.
Yeah, the Minnesota game, I would co-sign that. Yo, he stiff-armed the crap out of
that's actually a good comparison. Because he's not as small as people think he is. Daniel Jones is a big guy.
He's a big guy.
Daniel Jones is a big guy. And to move at 6'5" like that, he can see over the line of scrimmage. He has decent accuracy when he has time, and he's an underrated athlete. I mean, I think right now, his athleticism was put on the forefront for the nation to see, but it's a tough task. I think edge discipline is going to be key for both defenses. You got to be able to contain the edge in this game. You got to contain the edge for Jalen Hurts, and you got to contain the edge for Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones could very well be faster than Jalen Hurts. I just think Jalen Hurts is more of a stronger runner, and finish runs better.
Way more nimble, too. Shiftiness. But no, Daniel
Jones kind of runs like a deer. That's kind of the way he runs.
Well, we do.
Deer trip. I've seen deer trip in the open before.
Yeah, I never see anybody trip in the open field, but no,
I have. Man, you never got tackled by the 20-yard line, Mike? That son of a bitch is a good tackler.
It is a good tackler. But real quick, Daniel Jones, even before this, pretty powerful rushing attack, and it wasn't like every run was 20 yards, but they were at key points of the game. That's the most demoralizing. When you get a guy at 3rd and 6 and he zone keeps it for the first down. If you get a 10-yard ran on you on first down, well, they were going to have 2nd and 3rd anyway. It's the 3rd down chain movers. It's then you get fooled by the play action. Then Barkley's hitting you, and that can tire a defense out. But before this game, every time we play y'all, and I'm doing a pregame, I talk about it because he always, especially in the red zone, the zone keepers for Daniel Jones, he scored so many times already, and I think he's fine-tuning it under Brian Daboll. So that is my biggest thing. As much as I respect Saquon Barkley, the Eagles defense has to be worried about the zone keeper and Daniel Jones.
I haven't looked into it yet this week. How's your red zone defense on the year? I'm sure it's good.
It's good.
It's one of the best. It's one of the best.
Giants' red zone offense this year is really good. And that goes to Kafka. The play calling this year has been great inside the 20. We ranked 7th in the league inside the 20.
Yeah, they're ranking 30th and 31st under Joe Judge.
32nd and 31st.
30.
We were dead last year. So that's been a major.
That's because we had Jake Fromm and we had this playbook last year. That was rough. That was the playbook last year. So we keep it as a momentum to remember where we came from, Giants fans. A back-to-back quarterback sneaks.
And we let
me reverse the question on you, you guys. How would you guys stop Daniel Jones in your offense right now? They're playing at a high level. They're hot right now.
Right. I'm going to be honest with you. The first thing I would do is I'd go to church and I'd pray. The way that this offense looks right now.
Oh my God!
You see, you let Giants fans have a little something.
That's what I'm saying.
And they take a mile.
No. All kidding aside, if I was trying to defend against the New York Giants, I think I would spy Daniel Jones. I mean, I think you guys have some of the athletes on your defense. I wouldn't let Daniel Jones do to my defense what he did to the Minnesota Vikings, which was take off for 17 carries for 80 yards. And it was actually reduced because he had 3 kneel downs. So it was more like 13 carries for like 85 yards. But yeah, he was making some great plays with his legs. And I think if I was a defensive coordinator, that's what I try to take away, that multi-dimensional ability of Daniel Jones. And if you're able to do that, I definitely think he could thrive from the pocket, but you guys have a good secondary. It's going to be a lot more challenging for him in this game. So that would be my focal point. I think in the past, the first half of the season, my focal point as a defense would have been to stop Saquon Barkley. Now I think it's to stop Jones and his running ability. Jones has become the guy that steers this ship. The first half of the season, it was Barkley. This team has evolved over the course of the year. So if I'm a DC, that's probably what I would do. I would spy Jones and make sure he doesn't kill me with his legs.
Yeah, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I'm making sure that the edge rushers are holding contained. I'm not letting the edge rushers get behind Daniel Jones. I'd be a little bit less aggressive because if those edge rushers go flying by him, he's gone. And that is what we've seen here recently. You want to stop a quarterback, especially a mobile quarterback, you got to try to force up the middles where you want to get them. And our interior offensive line is weak. Our tackles are really good. Evan Neal played a good game against Minnesota, which was very good to see. Andrew Thomas he wasn't voted an all-pro, but he is. But when those edge rushers try to collapse and they get behind and Jones can step up and go, he's either going to make a throw or he's going to take off with his legs. So if I'm the Eagles, I'm going to be a little bit less aggressive than they normally are because that's when the RPO works. When these guys are way behind the play, when they get pushed out of the play, that's when the quarterback has all the leverage. He can throw it, he can run, he can do whatever he wants. So if I'm the Eagles, I might not be as aggressive as they normally are. And like Chris said, you might want to spy Jones or just kind of hold that outside contain. And again, kind of like Jalen Hurts, you want to make Daniel Jones kind of beat you from the pocket and say, okay, we're not going to let the guy beat us with his legs. We're going to make him throw the ball to beat us. And that's kind of, I think the game plans have to be similar. Jones and Hurts are kind of similar in the way they do things.
I respect Daniel Jones's mobility, but I ain't game planning for his legs. I mean, I'm gonna be mindful of it.
I hope you don't.
I'm stopping Saquon Barkley. I am going to take Saquon Barkley out of the game.
They only handed him the ball 9 times, though. LB, like again.
Well, that's because Daniel Jones threw for 300 yards.
That's what we want, though, because then that RPO is good. You go after Barkley, bang, there goes Jones for 18 yards. I'll live with that.
This is what you guys got. We lead the league in sacks. I'm going
to tip my cap.
I think you guys think we talking about like who do you guys think we are?
The Vikings,
right? I don't know.
They're playing the Vikings again.
I'll tell you the other thing, and I hope your defensive coordinator's not listening. He knows what he's going to do.
He's eating pizza,
right?
Yeah. What the hell is that about?
Pizza Hut.
What the hell is that? And your guy's from New York. Sirianni's from New York.
He's Italian. It's an insult.
And he goes and eats stuffed crust pizza from Pizza Hut.
Did he put pineapple on it there too?
What is that? Listen, we're gonna square him away.
Get a cheesesteak. Go to Pat's. Go to Geno's. What are you doing? Get Pizza Hut?
He said he had
to go there. Going to Philadelphia to steak him.
Let's dispel this myth right now. You do not get a cheesesteak from Pat's or Geno's if you're in Philly. Don't ever go there.
That's unless you're a tourist. Wait, Bad Dog just said he about to eat cinnamon buns if that's what it takes. Who knows? Maybe Nick Sirianni got a old school, high school, you know what I mean? Eat some cheap pizza pack before a big playoff game. Who knows? But the fact of the matter is this, New Yorkers, you could be mad at the pizza he's eating, but the comment section was saying that the guy's not taking a football game serious because during the game, when he does not know who's going to win, the Vikings or the Giants, first quarter eating pizza, we're not taking y'all serious. Y'all looking for anything to grasp to for bulletin material. And I respect it. It's been a long, long
all we got to do is look at what the Eagles have done to us for years. That's
Exactly.
I think you have the bulletin board material from the game week 14. Honestly,
Yeah.
I think that's enough right there. We bent you guys over.
Thank God I didn't have cable. That I think got my power went out.
My man Jay Boogie made a. I'm gonna play that in my next live stream. He made a really good Giants song. What's up, Jay Boogie?
Hey, nothing can get worse than the Cowboys song, or the Washington song. They become
right.
craziness.
Washington made 3 songs and didn't even make the playoffs. Let's read Jay Boogie's chat. Shout out to the chat. Blessings, health, and happiness. Rocky, don't be calling Adrian this week. I predicted y'all division champs, but next year we taking over. Words of wisdom. Don't slip this Saturday.
Jay Boogie, you mean I think you meant to say Saturday we taking over. Why wait till next year, Jay? Let's just do it now.
Don't take us lightly. I'm
just happy for y'all. Please. We got no chance.
You guys are coming in here like Ivan Drago. You think you're going to knock Rocky out. Don't take us lightly.
Hold on.
You remember Sylvester Stallone's from New York. Remember that.
Time. We just said look, you're right. As Fabian says, season stats and records are out the door come playoffs. And if there's one team knows about just getting in the door, and you didn't get in the back door because you weren't the 7th seed, you were the 6th seed. But the Giants do know. But look, the players that did them 07 and 2010 rallies, they not there. Eli's going to be in attendance, though. He might come down and give a little speech. I mean, he's not the motivational type, you know what I mean? But Eli will be in the building, so maybe that helps. Giants are asking for all the people to come through. You might as well bring Strahan's
going to be there. He's going to be there.
Gavin said Hurts is injured, and don't forget about the Saints. The effing Saints, bah, go Giants. I mean, it was Minshew. Are y'all playing Minshew though?
Not playing.
Jalen Hurts is probably one of the most focused quarterbacks in the National Football League. Nothing rattles Jalen Hurts. I feel so confident in this game because I just feel like we got the correct leader. We got it right at the quarterback position. You know what I mean? The whole city is behind them. His focus is on another level, man. I'm telling y'all.
You could think about our quarterback.
Do you think he'll be limited at all?
No,
like when he played us, it looks like they didn't use him in terms of running the football, like in his normal.
That kind of makes sense. You guys played third stringers. He had to get his arm warmed up.
I'm just saying. Do you think?
I think that was the game plan. I think the Philadelphia Eagles have a tendency to be. We don't baby these guys, but we're overcautious. You know what I mean?
We bubble wrap them. We
bubble wrap them. I think Jalen Hurts could have played in the Saints game. Honestly, you got to think about this. He got hurt in the Chicago game. He missed the Cowboys game. That makes sense. He missed the Saints game. So right now you're looking at 2 weeks. Then he played in the Giants game. That's 3 weeks of rest. The bye week makes 4 weeks of rest. I think he's 100%. And I don't think there's going to be any limitations.
I agree with you. I don't think he's going to be limited either.
The Philly media made it a point to ask, do you think the Giants are going to target your shoulder? And he said, it's football. Whatever happened, happens. But he is going to, he didn't make this exact comment. He's going to play his style of game. And he said it that way because he knows his style is the RPO, zone read runs. Mm-hmm. He's not holding nothing back because a loss, the season's over. You know what I mean? Right. So at this point, you have to do everything. And I think he knows that. And the week 18 game was just to get that arm winded up because he didn't run the ball at all. And you saw him at times, he was sliding behind the line of scrimmage. So he was playing it super smart. It was just a tune-up game. And rightfully so, you had your backups out there. But there's one thing that I think we're overlooking. And I want to get y'all take on how McKinney's been playing and Adoree Jackson, because they are two players that weren't there. And McKinney, I got a lot of respect for him. I liked him at Alabama. I know Jalen Hurts talks about him highly. What's your take on just how strong do you feel about this defense and the secondary now? Are they playing much better? Because, like I said, I only watched. Your team was getting healthy.
Yeah. So the first time around, Adoree finally came back this past week. He missed like 5 games, obviously, due to the punt return injury, and McKinney with the Giants get the freakiest injuries. I mean, McKinney gets hurt on an ATV on the bye week. JPP blows his hand off with fireworks. I mean, my God, we just have the worst luck when it comes to injuries. But he was good to go. He played last week, Adoree', and he played well. Now, it's really hard to tell how good of a job he did because he was matched up for the majority of the time on Justin Jefferson, but we doubled Jefferson the entire game. It wasn't like he was out there on single coverage, but having Adoree' back certainly helps. But your weapons are good. I go back to what you said. We're not going to be able to cover these guys for 4 or 5 seconds. The Giants are going to have to get pressure, and they're going to have to get pressure fast, whether that is by blitzing or by our 4 beating your offensive line. That's going to be a tall task. I respect your offensive line. You got a really good offensive line, but we got a really good interior defensive line. So I think that's the key matchup to this game for me. It's Leonard Williams and Dexter Lawrence going up against Jason Kelly and your big fellas in the middle. If the Giants can win that battle and force Jalen Hurts out of the pocket, make him a little bit uncomfortable, we seal the edge, it may create some turnover opportunities. That's our chance to win this game, is if Jalen Hurts is sloppy with the football, creates a couple of turnovers there with our interior defensive line. I think that's how we're going to win the game. But as far as McKinney and Adoree' go, yeah, it certainly makes our defense better. Adoree's versatile, and he's the Mike of the defense, which is uncommon. Usually it's your middle linebacker. He was the Mike of the defense, the guy that calls the plays at the beginning of the year. So it's certainly valuable to have him back. And that's part
him and AJ played together. Tennessee. They were there at the same time. So they had, that year, they were going back and forth, and Adoree' was the Tennessee's lead guy. So you know what I mean? And
familiarity there.
And familiarity with McKinney and Hurts at Alabama. So getting McKinney and Adoree' Jackson back are huge. I mean, those are 2 of our best defensive players, not just in the secondary. McKinney is the leader of the secondary. Adoree' Jackson's our best corner. There's no question about it. And those guys have another week of health. McKinney's not in the club anymore, I don't think. I mean, he may play with the club or not. He had a good game against Minnesota. I love McKinney. He's my favorite Giant. So I've always liked Xavier McKinney. But it's nice to have our full complement of defensive players. We really haven't seen that. Now, Azeez Ojulari, I don't know what his status is. He left the game with an injury against Minnesota. But that was the first game the entire year that Lawrence, Leo, Tibbs and Azeez were in there with Adoree' and McKinney. Those 6 guys hadn't played together all season. So the Giants, you guys are talking about getting injured, and that's why he didn't play as well. And that's part of it. We're getting healthy for the first time this year. We're pretty much healthy.
Report this week, Bad Dog.
What's that?
Hasn't happened.
I know. So this is why I feel like we have a really good chance, because once all of our guys are there, and I'm telling you, you can't underestimate a confident team. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Like I said, 48-22 is a distant memory. You guys put it on us that day. There's no question about it. You were a better team. You were a way better team that day. But again, that has no bearing on Saturday. The Giants haven't forgotten that. Okay. If anything else, that, like I said,
so wait, it don't matter, but you haven't forgotten it.
Well, right, because that's your bulletin board material.
Yeah.
22. What I'm saying is that game has no bearing. We're not going to sit there and go, oh God, well, they beat us by 26. We got no chance. If anything, they're going to sit there and have added motivation. Go, that shit ain't happening again. We owe them for that.
No, this is a different Giants team. The offense, you'll see it. The offense looks completely different. The pre-snap, Bad Dog, the motion.
Yeah, the motion.
I was talking to Bobby and Justin on their podcast before I came on here. The Giants on the year run pre-snap motion 16% of the time on average. This past week, they ran it 32% of the time. The offense just looks completely different the last 3 or 4 weeks. It's evolving. So you're going to see a better offense this time around. I'll say that for sure.
Yep.
I'm not mad at that. When we played you guys week 14, we didn't have Dallas Goedert. We also didn't have Garner Johnson, who leads the league in interceptions. Did Devontae Maddox play in that game? I think Maddox might have just came back in that game or something like that.
Yeah, I
before
think so.
He went back out again. But we've been missing some key guys. You're talking about, Pro Bowl caliber players. So I think that we just have the tools to, to just overpower you guys with the talent. I'm going to keep talking about talent because talent makes rosters good. Talent wins games, but talent can also mask, idiotic coaching at times. And I think sometimes we got bad coaching on the defensive side of the ball. But when we couldn't really see the bad coaching, we had all the pieces there. When Devontae Maddox is on the field, this is a completely different defense. You know what I mean? The numbers show it. When Gardner Johnson is on the field, he's the best ball hawking safety in the game. I just really feel like that if we take Saquon Barkley away, we have the talent to play press man on you guys' outside receivers, make Daniel Jones make some difficult throws, and we're going to have just a complete rotation of fresh bodies. And Ndamukong Suh, Linval Joseph just plays well against you guys for some reason. You know what I mean? When we seen him play this year. Yeah. He kind of like steps it up. I think Ndamukong Suh, he kind of got a
Same
little
with Bradbury
step as well. Right. Same with Bradbury. So, this is going to be an exciting game. I would be a fool not to say we're going to win it, though. I'm very confident. I'm very confident.
Who's more talented, the Ravens or the Giants?
Ravens. Come on.
I mean,
the Ravens
have been more talented, the Vikings or the Giants?
Oh, roster-wise, Vikings.
Yeah. So what did talent have to do with anything last week? Who won that game?
Yeah, but again, the Vikings have been showing
the Vikings haven't been talented on the defensive side of the ball.
Talent wins out. You just said Minnesota.
We're talented on both sides of the ball.
Yeah,
these teams that you're naming have holes. We don't play
complementary football at all.
Yeah, we play complementary football.
We'll find out. We'll find out.
We sure are. What we got, about 3 days, 4 days?
Yeah, too long. It's too long.
Too long.
Let's do it. Let's do it tomorrow.
Yeah, let's petition to get this a Wednesday game. He said, bro, a dream team don't matter. Throw out the records. Ask Brady about that. The Patriots had the better talent. Ask Rodgers back in 11-7. Oh, that is true. But again, you can't act like you don't want to go into the game with the better talent and then still see, because football's about momentum. You see it time and time again. A team can't score for the first 15 minutes and 13 minutes in the second quarter, but they get a drive to end the half, and that team come out 10 minutes later, and it's a different team. So it's about momentum for sure.
I agree with you, Mike. Football is definitely a game of momentum. It's definitely a game of
talent out the window. We got the better quarterback.
Who's got more momentum right now?
We got momentum. We got
the better quarterback. I mean, you guys got momentum.
Whoa.
Yeah, we got the better quarterback. We can talk about talent. We got the best.
Did you watch Daniel Jones last week?
Did you watch Jalen Hurts all year?
Gabe, did you watch him against the Colts?
The Colts. Look at these guys. The Colts and the Vikings.
Who Jalen Hurts put the big number against?
All I'm going to say is I'm very jealous of your team, because I think if you give Daniel Jones your offensive line, Daniel Jones would look damn good if he had what you guys have.
Well, until he gets it, until he does it, right?
He's gonna get it. We got a good GM. He's gonna get it.
We ain't never take away from the great quarterbacks with great wide receivers. Kurt Warner, Aaron Rodgers with all his wide receivers. We never took away from the great the great quarterbacks. With Joe Burrow got a plethora of wide receivers. So we don't take away from that. So we're not poo-poo on Hurts for the 1 year.
I want it in New York.
But this is the thing. And Daniel Jones has played better this season than he's ever did. But y'all can't just throw that one game out with the consistency of what Jalen Hurts did in the totality of the season.
Jalen Hurts is top 3 or 4 for MVP this year.
I'll give it to you. Yo, Daniel Jones is squeaking into the top 10. I'll give him top 12 right now. I didn't fully go over the list thoroughly, but I can confidently say he's playing top 12 ball for sure. I'm not saying he can't get into 10 if I really put the pen to paper. You know what I mean?
It gotta be 11 better than Daniel Jones.
It
gotta be 11 better than Daniel Jones.
If he ain't in the top 10 yet, he's going to be there by next year. Second year in this offense, when they get him more help, he'll be there next year.
The fact that we're even talking about Daniel Jones as a top half of the league quarterback, throwing to guys like David Sills and Marcus Johnson and Richie James all year, and we pick Isaiah Hodgins up off the scrap heap, who's been a savior. Throwing to Lawrence Cager and guys that wouldn't even make NFL teams.
Victor Cruz, when he first made the Giants, he was a Isaiah Hodgins, a David Sills. Listen, I remember the day Victor Cruz came out. Y'all were playing the Eagles. Y'all had 3 wide receivers go down. Victor Cruz came in, scored, salsa dance, and then he never stopped salsa dancing. You know what I mean?
But to be fair, a couple years previous, Victor Cruz did have 3 touchdowns in a preseason game against the Jets. And I mean, he always had talent. But
he was way down.
He was the guy that was an undrafted free agent out of Massachusetts. So you find these guys, but Hodgins is that guy. That's why these guys are so good at what they do. That's why, as a Giants fan, regardless of what happens in this game, this season has put us way ahead of schedule. And as a Giants fan, you got to be excited. You have the right pieces, you have a very bright, young-minded front office. Guys that come from the two best organizations when it comes to the cap, and Brandon Brown from Philadelphia and Bean from Buffalo. These guys are going to know what they're doing. We got 11 draft picks, and we got $50+ million of cap space going into next year. This Giants team is going to be very formidable for years to come.
And the most important thing, Bad Dog, we got the coach and we got the quarterback. When you have the coach and the quarterback, things can evolve very quickly.
Yeah.
And,
so y'all gonna pay Saquon and Daniel Jones this year? You think this offseason? Yeah. Both guys getting contracts?
Yes. Yeah.
I think Daniel's
you went from 50 million.
Saquon
you went from 50 million. You went from 50 million to 16 million.
No, I don't think.
But the way the cap will be set up, they won't get beat. They won't get beamed with it right away. It's,
they're going to structure. They're going to do what you guys do. You guys
listen, Brandon Brown came from your organization. He knows what the hell to do. I love that signing. I thought that was underrated for us.
You guys must have a $500 million salary.
Nobody knows what we do. We gonna keep this on the head. Only Howie knows what he do. No, I'm just kidding. But look, I will say this to y'all though. As much as we saying, Victor Cruz, undrafted guy, became something, maybe Isaiah Hodgins might be one you stash. Like, we got a guy, now let's get somebody to be next to him. However, it's a little concerning though, right? You would think that Golladay, when you got him, right? Well, let's forget about what you know about Golladay now. When you got him, he was a fringe. He was a top 13, top 14 guy. And what happened?
He came into the Joe Judge system is what happened. He played in Detroit where there's no pressure. He wasn't paid. He was playing for a contract. There's a lot of things that go in when you – not everybody can play in the New York market. And, yeah, he went to a Jason Garrett offense and a Joe Judge offense. And he played a lot of his games at Jake Fromm and Mike Glennon. And this year, listen, he dogged it. I mean, there's no question. That's why I love Dable right away. Dable said, I don't care where you come from, where you're drafted, how much you get paid. The guys that practice hard are the ones that are going to play. And he did that. But I do know that Kenny Golladay owned Darius Slay and got his only touchdown as a Giant on that guy. So he slays him.
That's true.
So maybe Golladay comes out and catches another one on him.
They're friends. He texts Slay like, bro, it's the last game of the season. We're all playing a vanilla defense. Let me get a tutty at the end so I could go in the next season and get on somebody's roster. But nah, listen. It's a weird thing though, because I was nervous when y'all first got him. But you're right, Joe Judge and Garrett, they'll ruin a lot of people for sure.
Yeah,
and he's our quarterback. He's a victim of circumstance because he doesn't fit this scheme either at all.
Right.
So I think that has a lot to do with it too. It just doesn't fit this type of offense.
He had a great block in the Vikings game though.
Great block.
Him. I was laughing. I said, "Yo, you guys don't get down the field with that." He ran through him.
Yeah.
So,
credit to Golladay. I'll say that about him. He's put his ego aside because he's had a few blocks like that this year, and he's done whatever he's asked to do to try to help this team. He's been a complete failure from the contract standpoint, but credit to him. A lot of guys would pout in the corner and they'd be pissed off. Their ego would kick in. They'd say, and his ego did kick in a little bit at the beginning. You remember that, Bad Dog, when the season first started.
I should be playing regardless.
I should be playing regardless before the year started, but he's definitely bought into this team, and I'll give him credit for that.
And that's why I said, man, winning builds culture, because you start winning football games. Kenny Golladay never played in a winner. Kenny Galladay's never been in the playoffs. That's when you start to say, I'm going to do whatever it takes to help this team win. If it's throwing a block out there, if I'm not going to get a ball, but I need to throw a block to spring my quarterback or spring a wide receiver, to get him a bigger run down the field, I'm going to do whatever it takes. That's where winning takes a guy like Kenny Golladay and says, all right, I don't care. Whatever you need me to do, coach, I'll do it. So it's the mindset of these guys, and I talk about this a lot on my channel, is it's something you don't measure that in a box score. You don't measure mental toughness. You don't measure fortitude and effort. That's not in a box score. It's not in a Madden rating. No. So when you got a guy like Kenny Golladay doing things like that, those little extra things, that's what helps you win. And at this level, when you get to this point in the season, every single person, all 53 of those guys got to do their job. And if that's what it takes from Kenny Golladay, and he said, like Chris said, I'm not going to pound a corner. You need me to go out there and throw a block. I'm doing it. And that helps. The attitude's way different. This team believes in Coach Dable. They believe in the scheme. More importantly, they believe in one another. And you can see it on the field. That's why they're playing
Kumbaya over there in New York.
No, it's so ironic, guys. And I've said this several times. It's so ironic because we've now had two Belichick disciples. Dable was under Belichick for a bit. Judge, of course, was under Belichick.
And now he's under Belichick again.
Now he's under Belichick again. But the difference for me was Judge tried to impersonate Belichick. Like all of his guys have done.
Weiss did it. Patricia did it.
The laps and the hard-nosed mentality.
Who's the other guy?
No,
the
you run,
guy
Joe.
in Vegas that sucks.
McDaniel, yeah.
Terrible.
The difference is Dable's his own man. But Dable learned from Belichick because we're talking about how he's getting the most out of these guys, right? That was what Belichick always did with the Patriots. He never had the most talented roster, but he found guys that he could get the most out of and guys that bought into what he was looking to do. And that, I think, is what Dable has learned from Belichick, and that's what he's brought to the New York Giants. I mean, you talk about a $72 million receiver with no ego. He's doing whatever he can to help the team. David Sills, a practice squad wide receiver, starting at the beginning of the year. He chose him over Galladay because he felt like he fit what they were looking to do better. It's not about how much you make. It's not about where you were drafted. It's about finding guys that are going to work hard, that know the offense, that can help this team out as best as they can. And I think that's what he brought over from Bill Belichick.
It's about winning.
So do you guys have any concerns going into this game? I mean, you guys realistically should be confident. You did just win last week.
Of course we have concerns. We'd be foolish to say, oh, they don't concern us. We're not going to sit and go, we're going to roll. We're going there and steamroll. You have probably the best wide receiver tandem in the league, if not one of the top two. There's no question about it. You got a quarterback that is extremely dangerous with his legs. He's a dual threat. You got a great tight end. You got that little bastard who I can't stand that my son is taller than, but he scores touchdowns every damn time we play.
We got to take him out of
it. Like secondary is good.
Scott.
What's that?
Triple cover Boston Scott.
Like I said, 15 touchdowns, 9 of them against the Giants. 15-9 in teams that swept. That's what we're getting. That's 15-9 is perfect, Chris. But
my only concern, speaking from an Eagle standpoint, my standpoint, my only concern is rust. I feel like, this is just poised for a slow start from us. You know what I mean? Jalen Hurts is just now. I just don't want the rust. I want us to just come out there and play free from the beginning. Jalen Hurts is, hasn't been the Jalen Hurts we've seen in a couple weeks now because he's been nursing that shoulder. So my only concern is rust.
So LB, if you win the coin, are you deferring or are you receiving?
I'm deferring.
I want you guys to receive. Take the ball.
Daniel Jones don't scare me, man. That's a 3-and-out. I'm telling you, bro. That is a 3-and-out.
This is on my channel, right? I want everybody in the chat to clip that. Because when Daniel Jones goes down the field on the first drive, I want you guys to spam the hell out of Lord Brunson on his channel.
Please do. If these guys get the ball and score on the first drive, that's bad for the Eagles. That's bad. That should never happen. 3 points, okay. 3 points, I understand that. If they go down there and get 7 on that first drive,
you just said we were going 3-and-out. You mean 3 points and out when you said that?
No. I'm saying 3 points. I can live with that. But if you get 7, come on, stop it. It ain't happening.
Now look, I can see this. Yeah, well, look, I think the defense is going to be fired up. I think it's more easy to be rusty on offense than it is on defense. You are the home team. The link is going to be rocking. It's a night game. So I can see, not saying you guys don't get to the 20s and all that. I think it's going to be, I think it's going to be closer than what people think. I think we pull away at the end. We'll get to that at the end. But I could definitely see you guys getting the ball, going 3-and-out. But that's not to say that you guys don't start driving to have like 2 or 3 combined things. But I'm definitely deferring too. I want the safety net, especially if Russ happens for the offense. If I want that possibility to score and score again, because that is just so underrated.
We get the ball and go down and score 7, and you're rusty on offense. You could go down 10 or 14 real quick.
We've been there, done that. We've been there.
I'm going to tell you,
we came back from that.
I'm going to tell you this though, and I understand you guys are a different team. I respect your defense a lot more than Minnesota's. But think about this situation. Think about this situation last week for Daniel Jones. This is why I got confidence in this kid. They started with the ball. Minnesota started with the ball. They score a touchdown. 8-minute drive. They destroy our offense.
Yeah, easily they went down there and did that.
We get the ball, Bad Dog. First play, holding penalty.
Yep.
First and 20. You're already down 7-0 on the road. You got the skull horn playing. Your defense got it completely obliterated on the first drive. Daniel Jones says, I'm cool. I'm good.
He throws a slant,
bang,
right?
Boom, boom, touchdown.
Yeah.
That to me showed that he's got that clutch gene.
And then what do we do the next time we got the ball?
Bing,
Didn't
bang,
Saquon score on that drive?
And then what do we do the next time we got the ball? A 10-minute drive.
12 minutes.
Took the whole second quarter. Only got 3, but took the whole second quarter.
Dude was out there playing their preseason cover 3.
Yeah. That's the two difference. There's two differences. The defense that's playing is not the Vikings, and the stadium that you're in is not the Vikings. You know what I mean?
Like, you gotta understand, we not doing none of this. We're not doing none of that shit. We're not doing that on Saturday. We're gonna be cursing. It's gonna be bear and popcorn flying. Daniel Jones is gonna be scared as hell.
You guys got a jail in your stadium.
That's the old one.
That's at the vet. We don't got that at the link. We don't lock people up at the link. We just let them go home free.
We do lock people up. The offense,
right? We lock opposing offenses up.
Slay. But look, it's going to be good. And like I said, I think out of all the games, I'm not saying Gannon's going to come out blitzing because he just doesn't have that gene. But I do think we're going to send some stuff to try to rattle, because as much as your wide receivers have stepped up, I mean, we should be able to play him up with two legit corners. We'll see how that all unfolds. Afonso said, boys, let's settle down. Defense is going to be key. It's going to be key.
I saw someone in the chat say batteries are going to be flying.
I just saw that.
Bill M with the $50 super chat. He says, as a dedicated Eagle fan, I must admit Giants are the superior team and have an amazing franchise. With four Super Bowl wins. I wish I was a Giant fan so I didn't have to be such a loser. Yeah.
I love
Bill.
Man, Bill.
Nobody out.
That might have been that might have been the greatest comment of the season.
That's how dedicated my subscribers are. They go undercover to try.
Right. He
might
just
have been entertaining himself. That might have been Chris's self, real quick, texting that one out.
Bill's the man.
Go ahead. You can read that one, Mike.
But Book Josh said, really, vanilla game plan, more like a panic against our third string, just another lame excuse. I mean, look, I don't want to critique your football knowledge, but if you think a guy who you keep saying runs the ball 145 times doesn't run the ball at all, it's not vanilla. Chocolate. It's vanilla.
It's the only thing more vanilla than that is birthday cake. Come on, man. This is another underrated thing, though, man. We got some guys that are just chopping at the bit to get out there. Hassan Reddick, first time in the playoffs, 16 sacks this season. Gardner Johnson, is this his first time in the playoffs?
He was with the Saints, so
I'm going to be honest with you. Hassan Reddick scares the hell out of me because when he was with the Cardinals, he sacked Daniel Jones 5 times.
Daniel Jones wasn't healthy in that game, though, either.
He was not.
What they got to do with him standing there and not getting rid of the ball?
Didn't he get 2 though? Didn't he get 2 this year against you guys, Week 14?
I'm going to tell you exactly what. If I'm the Eagles defensive coordinator, I'm putting my best pass rusher on Evan Neal, and I'm attacking him. That's what I would do. And I'm hoping the Giants, they got to help him in this game with your pass rush. And I think they know that, but they're going to have to help him. They're going to need guys that are going to chip. They're going to need extra tight ends because he's going to have trouble holding up against your pass rush. I'm not going to lie about that.
And the interior, as you said, your interior is a little weak. We got a D tackle with 11 sacks. Man, I don't know how he got snubbed from it. Look, all pro is one thing. But the snubbing from the Pro Bowl, 11 sack D tackle, and then you got Fletch, who's been playing a lot better with the new additions. That interior is going to be fresh. They are not playing over 35 snaps. They are hungry, and so that is my thing. Because as Bad Dog said, what I watched against the Vikings, like the off scheduled scrambles for Daniel Jones. It's always like between the tackle and the guard. He steps up and takes off between there. He goes up the middle. And I think the interior, he's only going to be able to roll out to his right and left. So,
we're pretty athletic on those edges. Josh Sweat got a pick 6. Hassan Reddick with 16 sacks. And then you're rotating Robert Quinn. We just got the speed to be able to, make Daniel Jones think twice about running. I think that's going to be huge in this game.
We'll see.
I think the one advantage they got, though, is because of how dominant Daniel Jones was running the ball this game. I think
we're going to overthink it.
It can make our defensive coordinator second guess, like, are they going to come out with 10-plus runs from Daniel Jones? Are they going to now run Saquon 21 times? Are they going to try to throw the ball?
We're not running Saquon 21 times. Maybe we will because you guys at times struggle against the run, so maybe we will. We haven't. Saquon ran 9 times this past game.
He's still nicked up?
No. They're just using him differently. He only had 13 carries against the Colts, too. They're using him more in the passing game.
More in the passing game, right?
They're using him kind of more like Alvin Kamara with the Saints.
Or like Aaron Jones.
Yeah,
because they don't have. Yeah, you guys don't have many wide receivers, and he can do both. Why not?
Yeah.
And it's a mismatch nightmare to have him out there with on the linebacker.
Donnie Dragon said Giants defense sweet like cinnamon rolls. Giant killer, fly Eagles fly, hurt season all day. Don't honey cinnamon buns, right, Bad Dog? That's what you're gonna be chomping on before the game.
Cinnamon rolls and cinnamon buns are different. Cinnamon rolls.
You had them before the first game, Bad Dog?
I did not. I did not. But Chris, that was a Sunday. This is different. We gotta bring out all the stops. This is the freaking Philadelphia Eagles, man.
It's your Super Bowl, right?
I'm drinking green tea over here. We ain't even drinking freaking soda anymore. Cinnamon rolls on Saturday. It's coming. Like I said, I threw up the night before the opening season. If I got to throw up before the game, I'll throw up. I don't care. Whatever.
Man, you do whatever you got to do to get
whatever I got to do to get a win. I don't care.
That's it. Yeah.
I'm not even gonna be mad when y'all lose. I ain't gonna have nothing bad to say.
He's not even mad. We beat him. He's gonna be in shock. I'll be gonna be sitting there going,
I won't know what to do with myself if y'all win this game, because there's no way in the world that Daniel Jones should be standing in the way of our destiny. It's no way in the world that it's going to be Daniel Jones. That's how I feel.
In the world we should even be where we are.
That's true.
Lloyd Brunson has convinced me. Mike and Lloyd Brunson have convinced me. I'm going to try to get in contact with Dable and Shane and Daniel. They shouldn't even show up. We should. Why?
I didn't listen. We didn't listen. Injury? That's not what I mean. I'm just saying Daniel Jones is not going to be the reason that we don't go to the NFC Championship game. I think Daniel Jones will continue to make a name for himself, but he will not come out of this. He will not. 70 sacks. We ain't the Vikings. We're gonna be on his ass, y'all. Y'all don't understand. I can't wait.
And just to piggyback off LB's thing, like 14-3 again. It's our franchise most wins. They did add an extra game, so things gets, from here on out, all the statistics going forward for your franchise can be different. But 14 wins, franchise record. AJ Brown, franchise record in yards. Devontae Smith, franchise record in reception. Sacks, franchise record. Like, this team is talked about to be, again, the job ain't finished. So, 17-18 season, we ended it with a Lombardi. But, it's being compared to all the other ones. So to have a bye, and again, when you if you're not a Giants fan, when you hear the Giants, you got to take a second to think that they're good. Because when I hear the Giants, I want to say trash right away. But then I got to pause and say they're playing. And especially, like, I really did the live play-by-play for your game. And I was like, my eyes were popping out of my head a little bit more than I wanted it to be.
So you watched the game in it. If you did the play-by-play, you watched every play.
I watched every play.
What was your reaction? I want to know on the throw by Daniel Jones to Isaiah Hodgins on the left sideline. When he's rolling against his body, that looked like Aaron Rodgers throw in 2016 against the Cowboys. Did it not?
It was great. Yeah.
That's a big boy throw. That's a big
I love y'all. I love y'all, but
next year LB gonna have a Jones season.
But again,
LB's gonna have Jones seasons had next year.
That's one throw, and it was good. Like I said, you just couldn't. The Vikings couldn't stop y'all at all. Like, literally, couldn't stop y'all. But then again, when I was live watching it, Eagle fans are saying, like, they trying to. I'm like, listen, I'm not panicking, but, like, you can't be watching what the Giants doing and not giving them credit. But then I got done. I was taking shots too, so I might have been a little tipsy. You know what I mean? Anyways, I then wake up next day and I'm like, oh yeah, the Vikings let 40 to the Packers. Where are they at? 40 to the Lions, damn near 40 to the Colts, 40 to the Cowboys.
The Bills.
This ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing. And so then I was like, Patrick Peterson's still playing in the league. Like, who?
You guys gave up 40 to the Cowboys.
We did.
Okay.
we did. All right. So again, again,
you guys gave up 40 to us.
Yeah, we did.
40. But, like, so I looked at as much as I gave the credit to the Giants, I kind of said, like, come on, man, this Eagles defense, even if we allow a couple things, deep, and we play a nothing cheap, nothing deep type game. So I think, methodically going down the field is what you got to do. It still sucks when the team does that, but I'm just curious how you use Daniel Jones this game, because, 17 is a lot, and I didn't expect him to come out and run like that. So that's my biggest thing. Not like LB said. Still, Barkley's is the all-star. Barkley's the man on your team. I know you're trying to say shifting to D Jones, but I'm
he's the
I'm still
focal point
focusing on
for
Barkley,
defense,
as
absolutely.
LB said.
Listen, Barkley in that game, the stats may not say it. I think he had, like you said, 9 carries, 59 yards. The plays that he did have, he looked like a superstar. He was explosive. He had the 28-yard run. He had the double spin on that 17-yard carry where he's running full speed. I don't know how the hell he's able to move his body like that. He trucked the guy on the reception on the outside. So, yeah, you're right. Barkley, outside of Jones, absolutely, Saquon Barkley's the weapon you got to worry about.
Yeah, and
he definitely set the tone. I thought he was going to have like an all-time game the way it started. I just think that
man, bing bang boom, it's crazy.
I think he put the fear in the heart of the Vikings, and they just it was just it after that.
They felt bad.
Mike made a point though. He said that we have to go down the field methodically, but if you're the Giants, that's exactly what you want to do. You want to keep the Eagles' offense off the field. The Giants need to have those drives where it's 7 and 8 minutes long. Like we were in good situations against Minnesota. Like all game, it seemed if we hit a third down, it was 3rd and 3, it was 3rd and 2. You can do anything in those situations. We have to avoid the 3rd and 11, the 3rd and 12s against Philadelphia. We're going to get chewed up. Daniel Jones will be in trouble 100%. If we're 3rd and long. But if we're 3rd and 4, 3rd and 2, you guys are in trouble because then you don't know. Is it Barkley? Is it, Jones? Is it a pass? Is it a run? Is it that Statue of Liberty thing? Is it a reverse? And who knows? Kafka could bring anything out at that point. So for me, the first 2 downs are going to be extremely important. That 3rd down where the Giants are, the down and distance is going to be huge for the Giants. Because if we can convert 3rd downs and keep that high-powered offense off the field, that's just going to be beneficial for us. And not to mention it will wear down your defense. So if the Eagles are going to give the Giants those long drives, we're going to have to take it. We're going to have to take what the defense gives us. And I think that that's what this offense has been doing the last couple of weeks, which is why it's looked so good. They're not trying to force anything. They're taking what's there.
We hit up a whole quarter this past week.
Yeah, we had an 11-minute drive.
The Eagles are good for that too. The Eagles are good for being able to score anyway. And like I said, throughout this season, doesn't matter. Like we said, the record 0-0, but we came back from down 14. We were able to run the ball in the second half and keep leads. We won via sacks. We won via turnovers. We won so many different style games that I think that,
How's your special teams? Because I'll tell you, I'm worried about ours.
Yeah, ours suck.
Ours played better down the stretch. It wasn't good, to start the season. It started playing better down the stretch. I think Boston Scott had a really big return on you guys, and I think that kind of kicked it in gear.
Everybody here.
Yeah, that kind of kicked it in gear for us. Covey found some success later on after that.
How about you guys make a trade before the game for the Dallas Cowboys kicker?
Nah.
You don't want him?
I don't think he's going to make it through the week. Actually,
4 missed extra points. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I don't think he's going to make it through the week.
Yeah, the under, Chris. He took the under in that game, so he had to shank a few.
Yeah, they definitely got.
Why are we scoring all these touchdowns? Let me miss another one.
But I think another thing we're not talking about is the explosive play. Wink Martindale does a really good job of playing that umbrella defense and forcing teams to take what they can get. We found some success with explosive plays, and I think you guys had way too many explosive plays. If we want to get this thing wrapped up in a hurry or have a commanding lead that makes you guys change the way you guys are playing the game, we got to not let you guys have explosive plays. Daniel Jones looked really good, man. He looked good. It was bombs. It was long runs.
I hope he's doing his stuff right now. I hope he's doing the Kirk Cousins right now.
I don't think Jones does. I think Jones's mentality, like I said, he got on the plane, and on the way back, he's looking at film. Like that is his mindset. I don't think that he's feeling himself. I think he's like, I got another game to win. And this is personal. This is, like I said, the New York Giants know what the Eagles have done to them. They might not always be these players, but this franchise knows, the owner knows. These players are, like I said, 48-22 doesn't have a bearing on Saturday's game, but they haven't forgotten it. This team beat us up pretty good and embarrassed us in front of our home fans. What better way to get revenge than knocking them out when it matters most? So they haven't forgotten this, and I don't think the Giants are – because Daboll's not going to let them get too high. He's not going to let them get, start feeling themselves. Look at how good we are. I don't think it happens. I think that's why Daboll's such a good coach. So
I get it. But look, I can't also wait to see, because of the way your DC was able to, really change up how he played defense the majority of the year, and really bracket Jefferson. I can't wait to see what you do, because, man, y'all struggled stopping both Smitty, because I think both Smitty and AJ had close. I think that was a game where they both were close to 100. One was at 90, one was at 100. So they 200 yards between them.
I mean, that game was a disaster. Everything you guys, whatever you did, you killed.
But we sprinkling in Dallas Goedert as well. So like I said, I think your coverage is going to be tough. It got to be mixed for sure. And I think Hurts, as much as we want to talk about film junkie, talk about, keeping a level head. Look at LB's hat, man. It's been the whole season. It's been the whole season.
Yes, sir. It's time, baby. Saturday.
I'm telling you, LB is going to have some Jones seasons hats made up.
Saturday.
I'm gonna tell you what, if the Giants win the Super Bowl this year, I'm gonna make Jones season hats.
Do it. Do what you gotta do, but do something special when he lose too. Make sure you do something special for me when he lose as well. It's gonna be a good one, man. Oh my god.
It is.
Shout out to Blue Scale, said Eagle fans are so delusional. This makes me think we'll win more. I think we'll win by one score, but saying Eagles win by 10 plus, laughing my butt off. We got Will J saying Brandon Brown game 2. He knows the ins and outs of the Eagles. Can't forget that. Inside the organization.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
JC said, "What up, Chris and Bad Dog?"
What's going on, JC? Thanks for popping in, buddy.
Ryan said, "Who's everyone's favorite player on the other team?" Let's do that real quick.
I like that one. I like that
on the other team.
By the way, I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers and all your subscribers.
Right.
I'm not able to read the chat, but thank you to everybody. Just having fun before the game starts. Thank you to everybody for being here.
Absolutely.
Thank you to everybody. Thank you to everybody that's tuned in. I think
it's a beautiful thing. Like
something people over there.
See the NFC East back where it belongs, on top of it.
It is.
Over 2,500 people watching right now. So you know what I mean. 2,500 plus. So shout out.
Appreciate
to
all you guys. Thank you guys for all the support you always show on all of our channels. But
that's true.
As far as the favorite player on the other team. Oh, wow. I hate every Eagle. So
Chris's favorite is Boston Scott.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you my least favorite Eagle of all time. Then we'll start the discussion there, and then we'll work it back. My least favorite Eagle of all time is Deshaun Jackson. He is my least
I knew you were going to say that.
Of course, yeah.
D-Jack used to cook them.
He's my least favorite Eagle of all time. I don't have a favorite, but if I have to pick, I'll go with Jason Kelce. I'll go with I once in a while I'll tune into that Kelce and Kelce podcast or whatever they call it, where he does it
great.
He's got a good personality. Seems like a good. And I like offensive linemen, so I'll go with him. I still hate him, but I hate him a little bit less than
you won't like him after this game when them pressures you were tweeting about are gone.
Yeah. When he put sexy Dexy in the swaddle, you ain't gonna like him after that.
So all time we're talking about, or on that? Because all time, I mean, most people know my favorite Eagle of all time is Eric Allen. I was always a big Eric Allen guy. I mean, I freaking hate this team with a passion. I think my most hated might be Brian Dawkins.
Dawkins, that's a good one.
God, now though, I mean, I'm a Sooner fan, right? So Jalen Hurts has to be up there again. I may have not thought I would listen. I admit I was wrong about Jones. I was wrong about Hurts, right? I'm wrong. I'm married. I'm wrong all the time. Ask my wife. But the one thing I always loved about Jalen Hurts was his leadership, was his hard work, his work ethic, and everything that he did. I mean, that is something you can't take away from a guy. That is an intangible, again, that doesn't show up in the box score. And his hard work paid off this year. Second year under a system, which is only why, as Giants fans, we got to be even more optimistic about what Jones could do second year in a Daboll system, because we saw the jump that Hurts took in this system. Didn't hurt that they added an A.J. Brown. That certainly didn't hurt matters either. But Jalen Hurts is a good kid. He there's no problems. He's just a hard worker. He wants to be the man. He came into the season with a chip on his shoulder, and he's played really well. It's hard not to respect a guy that works as hard as Jalen Hurts does to improve his craft. So to me, it's probably Jalen Hurts if I had to pick a guy. I still want to knock his ass out, drive him into the ground. I want Davon Thibodeau to be doing a few snow angels next to him.
I respect him. I've grown to respect Jalen Hurts. I still don't like him, but I respect him.
he heard through the grapevine there's a bounty up out there on him. You know what I mean? He knows. Nah.
Why is Buddy Ryan at the game? Buddy Ryan used to put that bounty. This is why I hate the Eagles.
Now I want to hear what you guys think. Give me some Giants.
My favorite Giant of all time?
Yeah.
Eli Manning is my favorite Giant of all time.
Oh, I like that answer.
Eli Manning is my favorite Giant of all time. I mean, we didn't have a Super Bowl. I think I talked to Bad Dog about this multiple times. When we didn't have Super Bowls, Eli Manning playoff runs were just like magical to me, man. Just being nobody think he could do it, and then he just come out there. Man, Eli Manning in the playoffs was a different quarterback, man.
He was talking about 400 the guy we got back there right now.
It's like
no. He wasn't like Eli.
Peyton became Eli in the playoffs, and Eli became Peyton in the playoffs.
He just didn't care, man. He just did. He reminded you every time he got into the playoffs of how good of a quarterback he really was. So I'm gonna go with Eli Manning. My favorite Giant right now is Thibodeau. I like Thibodeau a lot. Thibodeau is a dog off that edge, man. I mean, if he didn't get held the way he gets held a lot too. If he didn't get held so much, he probably would have 10 sacks in the game. I hated Tiki Barber with a passion. I hated his name. I hated the way that he ran the ball.
And
I hated how effective I hated his brother. I hated how effective he was running the ball. The only thing I liked about Tiki Barber is when he fumbled early in his career. So Tiki Barber is probably one of my most hated, Giants of all time. Probably him or Strahan, but I got to give it the nod to Tiki.
Okay.
Hey, look, my favorite Giant is probably Strahan because I've always liked pass rushers, and though he killed us, I got a sense of respect for his game. So I like Strahan a lot if we're going all time. Tiki Barber, I'll co-sign, has been one of my hated guys, especially because he's related to Rondé Barber, who picked off McNabb 3 times in the NFC Championship game. I didn't like
it might have been Tiki. They're twins. It might have been Tiki. You don't know. Maybe they switched uniforms.
It might have been, right? But if I'm gonna go favorite Giant now, I'll probably say. Sheesh. I'll probably say Barkley. Like
I was gonna say,
I try to get him every single fantasy. You know what I mean? I definitely got him in a good spot this year. But I've liked Barkley coming out. Just the injuries hampered him. But sheer size and speed, you just didn't see the combination. Like his first year, he was electric. I just, and
I was gonna say,
he always had like a 60-yard run against the Eagles too.
I thought both of you were gonna say Barkley because you're Eagles fans. You went to Penn State, so I feel like a lot of Eagles fans. I remember when we drafted him, a lot of Eagles fans were like, I like Barkley because he went to Penn State.
I also know that they're both younger because they didn't say Lawrence Taylor. Because
that's like the cheat code. That's like the cheat code.
Yeah.
Right. Like, come on, man.
But you guys aren't old enough to remember Lawrence Taylor, are you?
I mean,
no. We got YouTube now.
I know, but that's what I'm saying is you're not old enough to remember playing.
Bad Dog, let's get this from an unbiased perspective because you see Mark Holmes talking about it.
Lawrence Taylor. The answer is Lawrence Taylor.
How is this even a question?
It's a question because
I heard Troy Aikman make that comparison last night. I'm like, shut up, Troy. In my day, that was Lawrence Taylor. Nah, in your day, buddy, Lawrence Taylor. They're not. Stop.
Again, you know what Dallas is retweeting today? Micah Parsons, the most pressures in the playoffs. Cool. But you know what would have been LT's day? The most sacks in the playoffs. You know what I mean? So again, it's cool.
I don't think listen, Hassan Reddick had a better year than Micah Parsons. And it's not being talked about because of the teams that they play for. I like Micah Parsons, but Hassan Reddick should be first team All-Pro. You're second in sacks, first in forced fumbles. Hassan Reddick, Micah Parsons put on the uniform, and that's why you get all that love. But
that's a fact.
Yeah, and look, and Mike is great, and they might use him schematically where defense got a game plan for him, maybe a little bit more than Hassan Reddick. But you can't deny the production that Hassan Reddick had with his pressures being not too far off. Look, if you look at the sacks on the same teams, there's 14 games that were played the same. We played the 14 same games as the Cowboys, and many more sacks. If you take away, and if we try to play this game, if you want to get super analytical, if you take away the worst 3 offensive lines for both teams, well, then more than a half of Parsons' sacks go away compared to Reddick. So again, the production that was done, minus the names, people get tied up in the names, but to go back on the thing, LT is LT. You know what I mean? And if we going old school, why do y'all say Reggie White? I know he wasn't always on the Eagles.
He's number two.
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen, man, Hassan Reddick, I thought that was a great freaking signing for you guys. Man,
it wasn't
They
expensive.
don't talk about him coming to the Giants because he's a Jersey guy. But I would love to have had a Hassan Reddick, but we got Tibbs. We got Mr. Tibbs over there.
I like Tibbs. I can't even begin to give you my favorite Eagle right now. I got like 5 of them. I don't even want to get down the list
right now. Right?
I mean, is Hurts, is AJ, is Smitty. I mean, is Hassan Reddick. I got CJ Gardner-Johnson. Just too many right now. Yeah, they're all playing at a real high level, and I respect them all for it.
Yeah, and Reddick being the 17th highest paid pass rusher, the 3rd most sacks, and production. You got to credit him for coming home, and that's a nice 3 or 4 year deal, I believe it is.
Yeah, I mean that was a great move. Howie, listen, it's funny because when you guys gave Wentz all that money and they were falling off, looked like Howie was out of favor with the Eagle fans. And then in a year, he turned that thing around. In a year.
That's the way.
You got a top 10. You're 14-3, and you end up with the top 10 pick and AJ.
We ragged on him. The Bad Dog and me, we ragged on him for a couple of years.
Eagle fans ragged on him.
Credit to Howie. The last 2 or 3 years, he's done as good a job as anyone. And that pains me to say that, but he has.
I still got my Fire Howie videos up.
Yeah. Yo, but look, so I don't know how much y'all seen, because again, I know y'all pay attention to the Eagles being in the division, but when we played the Texans, right, there was a sign of a fan holding a sign saying, "We forgive you, Howie." And Howie Roseman saw it. Somebody made him aware of it. He walked over to the fan and he pretty much said, forgive me for getting you a Super Bowl. Bleep you. And but he said it laughing, and he took a picture with a guy because it was Super Bowl. Then, 2 years horrible where the Eagle fans turned on him. But he's saying, like, we got this season, 2 bad seasons, but in the Super Bowl in the last 5 years, and you're talking about we forgive you, because of the Jalen Reagor pick and then Carson Wentz being not who we thought he was. But he made it a point to go over there and say, bro, I understand what you're trying to say, that I'm back, but I really I took a little break, but I never left. And so I like how he's a G. He really is. The way he finesse people. And then for him to go over there as a GM, not a coach, it's a general manager going to a fan talking about, you forgiving me? So
executive of the year, hands down, executive of the year.
V-Dub with the $2 super chat. He said Giants equals clown.
Somebody's
going to be feeling like a clown at the end of this, at the end of Saturday night. Dumbo said Giants and cow turds a little too hype for them to have went against 2 of the worst defenses.
We'll see what happens when we go against you guys. Listen, be honest with yourself if you're an Eagles fan. How could you not understand how New York Giants fans are hyped? Like, be real.
No, I get it. I am genuinely happy for you guys. It's just a shame that you got to run into this buzzsaw. It's just a shame. I am so happy for you guys. Like, me and Mike wanted this.
Chris and I wanted this.
We wanted this.
Chris and I wanted this.
We said that this would be the easiest path to an NFC.
Exactly. That's what we said.
That's what we said.
That's not saying
I didn't expect you guys to look right. I didn't expect you guys to look as good as you did. We said that before you guys played the Vikings, but this is what we wanted. We get what we asked for.
You hear that, Giants fans?
My team got to deliver.
Week 18.
Easiest path, Giants fans.
Easy. But look, see, the word easiest can be taken out of context. You're the easiest out of the last 4 teams. You're not the Lions. You're not the, you're not the Commanders. You're not them, but you're talking about the easiest out of 4 out of 16. But when we beat you guys week 18, I was telling Giant fans were in my live stream saying, you're really celebrating the 3rd string. I'm like, no, I'm celebrating the clinching the division in the 1 seed. But listen, Giant fans, I got a gut feeling Kirk Cousins going to be Kurt. Y'all going to be scrappy enough to get a win. I didn't think you were going to be this good looking during your win. Pause. But I said minutes after week 18, y'all coming back to Philly, so we going to see you again. And it came true, and you guys are playing better football than I thought.
So you would rather your options were us or
Seattle.
Seattle if they
I would have took Seattle over you guys. Well, seeing you guys play now, Seattle's defense is bad.
What?
They might got weapons out there with the wide receivers. It's opposite of you guys, but their defense is no bueno.
If
I'm an Eagles fan, I would have much rather seen Seattle than the Giants. Now,
not me. I would have much rather seen Seattle. Much rather seen Seattle.
That's what I'm saying. I would have rather seen Seattle than the Giants.
No. I'm sorry. I would have much rather seen the Giants. DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. That's a duo out there. That's a real duo.
Oh.
You know what I mean? And DK be cooking Slay sometime. That's a real duo out there.
I mean, Galladay,
you know what I mean?
Okay. So what does that tell you? I mean, it is what it
You know
is.
what I mean? Listen.
He put Galladay out there on purpose. You know, it's like
this is
Geno Smith or Daniel Jones.
Geno Smith is better than Daniel Jones.
LB, come on.
What we talk about right here, man? We listen. Y'all had Jones.
What's in that bottle you're drinking out of, LB?
I'm not about to sit here and keep filling up y'all Christmas stocking. Geno Smith is better than Daniel Jones. What are we talking about here? Look at the completion percentage this year. Geno Smith
had a great season.
Way better passer than Daniel Jones this year. Daniel Jones took a step. Daniel Jones took a baby step. Jalen Hurts walked on the moon this year. It's a difference between taking a little crawl come to daddy moment.
Jalen Hurts ran a marathon. Stepped all over the Minnesota Vikings on his way to beating your ass on Saturday.
I mean, they not us. They ain't us. Geno Smith is better than Daniel Jones this year.
Geno was nice during the season. I mean, he kind of that's a tough defense he played against the Niners, but he wasn't all that in the playoffs. So you can hold it that he had a better. Daniel Jones had a better playoff moment than Geno, but Geno was 43, 30 tubs. 60-something completion percentage. You know, he was playing.
And we're talking.
Didn't Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf have 1,000-yard seasons?
Yeah. Do we have a Tyler Lockett or DK Metcalf on his team?
They wouldn't have both had 1,000-yard seasons with Daniel Jones.
No.
Tyler Lockett and DK.
I'd love to find out. Can we get those two guys next year?
I know, right?
Maybe one day you will find out. I think you guys are going to franchise tag Daniel Jones. And put some weapons.
I think they tag Barkley because it's less money, and I think they contracted Jones easier.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's like a $40 million. It's like a $40 million tag.
It's like 32, I think, or something. Yeah,
the tag's in the 40. I thought.
Yeah, I thought it was 40.
Must have went up.
I could be wrong.
I thought it was 32.
The exclusive tag is over 40 actually, where nobody could sign him. The exclusive tag, yeah, but I think
I don't think y'all gonna have to do that.
I think it's like 31 million if you tag him.
Wait, so how many years y'all think you're cool with a 5-year, John? Right off. So off. So again, you're and you will agree.
4 or 5 years. 4 or 5. Now you guys know this as well as we do. You follow this. You look at the contracts. 5-year deal is not a real 5-year deal.
Nah,
it's about the guaranteed salary. It's like a 2 or 3 year deal. It's not a 5-year deal. But yes, I'm absolutely completely fine at this point, giving Daniel Jones a 2 or 3 year commitment, which is what a 4 or 5 year deal is. Yeah.
Week 6 in the season. Were you ready to give it to him then, or has the latter part? So you're saying the last 5-6 games is what?
Well, no. Week 6 in the season, I was still evaluating and saying if he could continue to do this by year's end, I'm going to be ready to do it. But he had to keep doing it.
All right.
How much is Hurts going to get? How much is Hurts going to get?
He gonna get it. Hurts gonna get the bag. I ain't gonna lie. You got to pay Hurts. I'm
gonna be honest with you. I think Jalen Hurts is so good. They should pay him better. What do you think they should pay him? Like $55 million?
Yeah. This the reverse. This is the reverse psychology that they do. They want him to get $80 million a year.
He should get a Pat Mahomes deal.
Give him $1 billion. Let him own the
Pat Mahomes. Go with Pat Mahomes. Get 10 years, $500 million. That's a Hurts should get.
No, but look, and real talk though, if you're talking about signing your quarterback, we're talking about signing our quarterback. It got to get done sooner rather than later, because when it comes to the quarterback market, yeah, you can say, well, this guy's better than this guy and all that, but it doesn't always play that. The agent comes saying this is where the ballpark is, because we find ourselves, you guys have said it, we thinking that Daniel Jones is playing top 10-ish ball. So it starts at a certain level. And if you let Hurts get his deal, Lamar get his deal, who else is out there needing a deal? Maybe they're going to pay Herbert's going to get a deal. Burrow might get a deal. You just don't want to be on the tail end of that.
But Daniel Jones can't command that type of bread, though. Daniel Jones
Did
Daniel Jones make the Pro Bowl?
When he loses to us. If he loses to us,
if you ask me right now what Jones's market is, I think it's between $30 and $35 million a year. That's what I think.
Yeah. Jalen Hurts will be on the top 10 because of the All-Pro and all of that stuff.
If Daniel Jones continues to win, that could definitely go up.
If he wins,
Daniel Jones playing with house money right now.
Yeah. There's only one more game left for you.
Right. I mean, he's not going to get another win this season.
And then we move on. We got to fly across the country. We're going to get some freaking flyer miles going to San Fran.
There's one game left this week.
Right.
Not this year.
Right, 1 game left this week. Now, the greatest thing in the world for Giants fans would be to knock off Philly and then go to Dallas and knock them the hell off. You want to talk about a dream season?
That's what I want. That's what I want for us.
I want to get your opinion. I want to get your opinion on this, Beto. And you've been watching the Giants longer than me. So take it from since I've been watching the Giants. I've been watching the Giants religiously since 96, 97. I posted it today on Twitter. I said my favorite Giants team of all time is 07, 11, 2000, and then this year. This is currently my 4th favorite Giants team of all time. 2008 is 5th. They would have been 1 had Burst never shot himself, more than likely. But because of that, they're my 5th. And I said, if we win the Super Bowl this year, this is going to be my favorite Giant team of all time. And that's including the team that knocked off the undefeated Patriots. The reason I say that is because of all the hell we've had to go through since our last Super Bowl. Do you agree with that? If the Giants won the Super Bowl with this team, does it eclipse the 07 team?
I can't believe I'm hearing this.
07? Yes, it probably eclipsed the 07 team because nobody and we had made the playoffs. We won 11 games in 05. We made the playoffs in 05, 06. And yeah, nobody expected us to
when I say that, I'm not
Super Bowl, but we were a good team.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
We have not been a good team at all.
Undefeated Patriots
the worst team. So to go from worst to first, being able to go through Philadelphia and get there, yes, it would be right up there.
It would be
so we more important than beating the GOAT, undefeated GOAT.
It's more so where we came from and what our expectations were going into the year.
That tunnel was so dark for 5 years. They just
it was bad. I was enjoying saying that those guys have not been above 500 in 5 years. I was enjoying it.
Yeah, it's more about that. It's more about the culmination of the entire year and the shock. If that were to happen, like that would. Is this fair to say if the Giants won the Super Bowl this year, this would be like the most shocking Super Bowl like in my lifetime? Like if most people thought they were going in 5 games.
Yeah. Yeah. There was a chick on ESPN saying we need a tank.
Yeah. When we were like 6-1, she said,
whatever. 4-1. They got a tank. They can't win any more games.
I do like what y'all did this season because I be seeing y'all tweets. We're the worst 3-1 team.
Yeah,
we're the worst 4-1 team ever.
You know what? You know who got me started on that? Nitro Freak. I posted something on Twitter. He's like, "Oh, you guys are the worst 3-1 team." I said, "Okay, every time we win, I'm going to say we're the worst 4-1 team, the worst 5-1 team, the worst 6-1." He's the one who got me started on that.
Oh, now I can tell you this: we are definitely the worst. We are definitely the worst 9-7-1 team ever. We're also the best 9-7-1 team ever because nobody's ever been 9-7-1 in the NFL. I can tell you that.
If we're continuing the thing, you're the worst team in the NFC playoffs remaining. So when I listen, what I'm saying,
you're also going to be the worst team Sunday. You're going to be worst team Saturday at 8:00 on the field.
8:00, yes. By 11:30, we're going to be the best. So, yeah, you're right. 8:00 going in, you're the worst. By the time that game's over, Eagle fans will be going.
Nitro Freak also said that Hurts was done. I'm pretty sure he got them Hurts season pom-poms right now. I'm pretty sure we've converted him.
If you're an Eagles fan, how could you not?
Exactly. Shout out to Cool Eagle. He said, "Great show, Mike and LB. Dog and Entertainer is always a show. Fly Eagles fly. 38-17. Not even close. Let's get a couple more of these.
They just like that. That's what Eagle fans say. That's the Giants.
I'm trying to make Eagles fans.
It's another buy.
I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to put money in your pockets, Eagles fans. We're probably like plus 2.5, 2.5 to 1 on the money line. You're getting 7.5. I'm being nice to you guys. You guys should bet the Giants. Think about your wallet. Don't think about your team. Bet the Giants.
Right.
7.5. That 7.5 is tough. We gonna get to it. Fabian said you ran the Philly 500 with a $4.99 worth of gas, a tad short. Angie Kaya said, coming from a Giants fan, Wink Martindale needs to switch up coverage throughout the game. We cannot play soft zone all game against the Eagles. Can't play soft zone, but you dang sure better not press man. I mean, Adoree Jackson is back, but he a little light in the pockets compared to AJ Brown. Let me just tell you. AJ Brown going to be able to maneuver for sure. Cherokee Indian said Daniel Jones runs like he's being chased by a bully for his lunch money.
If that works, it works. I don't care. As long as he doesn't stumble on the 10-yard line.
We going to see a lot of stumbling. We need a lot of stumbling.
He's not.
Angie said Eagles couldn't sack our backup quarterback. And you're right. And LB said, LB, what did you say today on Twitter? Because all this, We couldn't sack the backup quarterback. They played a close game with their backups.
I mean, since your third string plays so good, just have them come back out there on Saturday. Because look what we did to your starters. Since your third string plays so good.
What was your guys' take after that game? I didn't get a chance to watch like your post-game videos. What was like your take after that game when our backups took you guys to the brink? Like how did you guys feel about the performance?
NFC champs.
You didn't
Number
care.
One seed,
like it doesn't bother you.
Mission complete. It didn't bother me at all. Because
I only asked because you guys were. And I understand Hurts didn't play the 2 previous weeks, but you guys are ending the season kind of on a low note. The way that you guys have been playing, there was no worry at all after that game.
No worry at all from me because I know who our quarterback is, and I know that they limited him for a reason. Gardner Minshew was trash. I was still mad at Gardner Minshew for the last 2 weeks.
Gardner Minshew helped me win my fantasy league with that performance.
I bet he did. I bet he did.
Let me ask you guys this question, hypothetically. Who would it hurt worse to lose to, the Giants or Dallas?
I think they're going to say Dallas.
Who did it hurt, Lou? We didn't.
Who would it hurt?
He said, who would it?
Well, who would hurt you more to lose to, the Giants or Dallas?
Hypothetically.
Because you probably ain't going to get to play Dallas because we're going to beat you on Saturday.
That's equal. That's equal pain.
Okay,
you got to pick one. You got to pick one.
No,
I got. That's equal pain.
Because I can answer it easily. It would hurt me more to lose to you guys than Dallas.
The Dallas Cowboys are not.
I don't know because if we play Dallas, it's the NFC Championship game.
That's true.
The Cowboys are not going to beat San Fran. And you guys, it's going to be the Eagles and the 49ers in the NFC Championship game.
Listen, I can tell you this. Outside of 2007, every time the Giants have won a Super Bowl, they've gone through San Francisco. Every one of them. 86, we walloped them in the divisional round. 2011, we beat them in the NFC Championship. 1990, we beat them in the NFC Championship.
I think you guys are just awkward. I think you guys are just so awkward enough that you probably can pull it off.
They are.
So you think we could beat the 49ers, but you don't think we could beat you?
I think we could beat the 49ers. I think we're the best in the NFC. We are the best team in the NFC.
We are the best. Don't say
right. We are the best in the NFC.
Well, that's why we didn't play yet, and everybody done forgot what we done did. But let me ask you, like the Niners got a great coaching staff, a great defense, great offensive weapons, and Purdy's played well. But like, I mean, it's 6 games in the regular season and 1 game in the postseason, and y'all were poo-pooing that Seattle defense as much as anybody else's defense, right? Like, so Purdy can still have that. Oops, I'm an undrafted free agent type game. You know what I mean? Like Purdy's, I'm not
gonna lie. Purdy, once he got his feet wet, he was fine. But the first 2 or 3 drives in that game,
he made some bad throws.
He looked sketchy. The first 2 or 3 drives.
Seattle just couldn't capitalize.
Yeah. And Seattle dropped some. So like bad throws that hit the ground is one thing, but they were hitting Seattle Seahawks hands. They just couldn't catch.
Yeah. He looked maybe rookie nerves, but yeah, he looked really good after that. But the first 3 drives, he looked sketchy.
San Francisco is extremely talented on both sides of the football. They are stacked.
They're truly a team to where it does not matter who the quarterback is.
Yeah, that's a really good team.
That's how you know they got a good team when they.
I can say this: I'm pretty sure all 4 of us are rooting for San Francisco this week.
Yeah,
that's one thing we can agree.
I don't know because I feel like Dallas would be easier because I feel like
Dallas Cowboys never got to the NFC Championship.
To be the best, you got to beat the best. Let's just.
You're right. I could never root for Dallas, so you're right. I'm rooting for the 49ers.
But I can't have Dallas in the NFC Championship game.
I definitely
that streak got to continue.
That got to continue. But let me ask y'all. So let's do a percentage game because I think we're all rooting for the Niners. We all believe the Niners have what it takes to beat Dallas, right? Like Dallas played great against the Bucs, but we know Dallas can be Dallas, quite frankly.
And the Bucs were under 500 this year.
Yeah. They were the worst team in the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
Now Cowboy fans don't want to hear.
They were.
Yeah, they don't want to hear. They were like, anyways, percentage-wise, if you had to say the percent that Dallas does, go to San Francisco because they lost to San Fran last year at home. Now they got to go to San Francisco and get a dub. What is the percent? Dallas is a decent team. I'm not going to say
I give them a chance. I give them a chance. I give them
30%, 25%.
I'm gonna give the percentage. Yeah, I actually think we have a better chance to beat you than Dallas does to beat 49ers. And I give Dallas
the Dallas
a chance.
Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys have 0% of a chance.
So then we definitely got a better chance to beat you. We got
Yeah,
more.
you guys got 0.5. They got 0.
I'll take it. Whatever.
you guys got 0.5. They don't have
like
a chance in hell.
Maybe like a 20%, 25% chance.
Yeah, I'm
They have
lingering
a
around
chance
that
in hell.
20.
That defense is savage, and that's how you beat the Dallas Cowboys with physicality, being up in their chest and hitting them. And the Dallas Cowboys want to be pretty. They want to look sweet in the pocket. When you get up in their chest and hit those guys and make pads make sounds, they fold.
I'm thinking about Diggs, right? And we all know Diggs is like he takes a lot of chances for the Cowboys at the corner. You can't take chances against Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel. Like those guys are gonna, they're gonna tear them to shreds. I really think that those weapons are gonna tear them to shreds.
Yeah, not to mention there's a guy by the name of
CMC,
Christian McCaffrey that's pretty damn good too.
And how about Kittle? Kittle's a beast.
You can't focus on one aspect of that offense.
The only team more stacked than them is the Eagles.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
This is crazy.
Okay, hold on. Wide receiver wise, AJ Brown and Devontae Smith are a Ayuk and Debo.
Yeah, you guys are better, but Christian McCaffrey versus anybody you have in your backfield.
Yeah, McCaffrey can. Let's not
actually,
act
pretty much
tight ends are probably about even. Kittle may have a slight edge. Goddard's really good.
Kittle fell off as a Kittle's still great.
Not with Purdy out there.
Purdy throws Kittle the ball. That's the difference.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
I mean, but again, there is a reason why the Eagles didn't play this last week. Let's just get a couple more, and then we'll do the score prediction and stuff, and possibly get up out of here. Almost going on 2 hours. Nikki Sav said people forget the Eagles haven't seen 26 at all this year. Came out the first game early. Giants are 6-0 versus 1 seed since 90. Teams are 15-9, completing a 3-0 sweep.
I told you it was 15-9. I knew the guy got the stat wrong. I told you it was 15-9.
You haven't seen 26. Who's 26?
Barkley.
What you mean?
He was nicked up. He was nicked up when we played him the first time, I guess. He only played a half the snaps, I guess. You know what I mean?
He didn't play at all last week.
Giant fans are just they look. You guys play such a good game. You trying to forget all the bad stuff that ever happened to the Giants and only focus on the
we're not. We're not forgetting about that. That's the thing. That has nothing to do with the game, but the Giants, they're not forgetting that. That's going to motivate them more. This ain't happening again.
I got a question for you. What was our record in 2011 after 14 games?
7-7.
So I don't care what we put. We got hot at the end of the year. We won our last 2 games, and then we went in and we ran the table.
Yeah, but the logo's the same. The logo's the same, but the players.
I'm just saying. I watched Cincinnati last year. Nobody thought they were going to do what they did. They got hot. They went on a run. You see it a lot in the NFL. I'm not saying we're doing it, but I am also saying I'm not hopeless.
You need that one guy. You need that one guy in that wide receiver core to help.
Did anybody think Cincinnati was going into Kansas City and walking out of there with a W?
No chance.
Cincinnati won 4 games the previous year, went to the Super Bowl.
There's no.
Why can't we do that? We won 4 games last year. Why can't we go to the Super Bowl?
That's what I love though right now, because like this is how Giant fans are thinking. They're like, well, Cincinnati did that, we could do it, and then they're also saying since the Eagles did that on year 2, we could do it, and since the other team did that, we can do it.
Why not us?
Why not us? There's 8. What's the phrase? Any given Sunday.
We don't play on Sunday.
We play on Saturday. We play on Saturday.
Even better.
No. There's never been a saying any given Saturday. So that's
they're about to make that phrase after we kick your ass on Saturday.
Right.
Any given Saturday.
Giant fans are screaming any given Sunday in the crowd, wondering why they're losing. Like I thought it was any given Sunday. Yeah, you're a day behind, a day late, $1 short. Thumbo said y'all a little too hyped from playing the worst defense. Talking about the Giants. Dominic said, what up, BD and Entertainer? The 2 Eagle guys' voices sound shaky. They nervous. Go G-Men, bleed blue.
Listen, they're not as common as they were when they played us the first time. They know this is a different Giants.
I was more nervous week 14, honestly. I was more nervous week 14.
Really?
We got some strong in the water in that bottle.
I was real nervous week 14 because
Brunson's
listen,
going into this game.
Because
he's not even worried a little bit off of Jalen Hurts' playoff performance last year. He's not even worried even an inch. He's like,
what should I be worried about Jalen Hurts?
He didn't. How did he look last year in the playoffs?
Last year in the playoffs?
Yeah.
What they got to do with this year? Second time in the offense now. You see
a little bit. You're not even worried a little bit.
I'm worried about rust. That's it. I'm worried about a slow start. That's it. I'm not worried about Jalen Hurts and how Jalen Hurts is
I like it. I want you guys to think you got.
I am nobody. Are you guys worried about Daniel Jones?
No.
Okay, hold on.
That's alarming to me.
No.
That's alarming
How
to
did
me.
Daniel Jones look in the playoffs
for the first time probably ever, I'm not worried about that.
He's going against a team that has 70 sacks.
I ain't worried about it.
That's
regular season.
Okay. LB, let's ask him since they want to ask how Jalen Hurts looked last year in the playoffs, right? And Jalen Hurts, and we ranked him. We had him like 17 to 20th when we looked at his passing and all that stuff, right? He's big time change, but since we want to play the last year game, right? How did Daniel Jones look last year?
Terrible. Basura.
Different.
He didn't play. He got hurt the last 6 weeks. His last game he played.
I'll tell you what, Daniel Jones was good enough that I didn't have to wear that damn Eric Allen jersey in Philly 500. Put that Giants gear on. I can tell you that much.
Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts played defending Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay. You guys played Kirk Cousins, who been putting on diamond chains after every win. He was bound to get his ass kicked out of the playoffs.
Be honest with me. How good did Philly 500 look in the Giants stuff? He looked good.
Come on.
He looked good.
I would never lay my eyes on something like that. I didn't even watch it.
Oh, he looked good.
But look, again, the main reason why we feel as confident as we do with Jalen Hurts is because we didn't see it for half a season. We didn't see it a quarter season. We saw it the whole every game that he started. And even if you want to look at this Giants game,
I'm messing with you guys. If you're an Eagles fan, you should be confident. You're the number one seed. Why wouldn't you be confident? But I'm confident
and you've beaten the hell out of us. So of course you're going to be confident
too.
Cocky.
You guys absolutely should be confident.
Can seem really similar. The similarities in being cocky and confident are so close. The difference is the number 1 seed talking is confidence. The number 6 seed talking is cocky.
Why?
Cocky working. Cocky working.
When we won in 2007, what was our
cocky
seed?
must have worked in 07 then.
You're right. That's the one thing you guys can always go back to. The foundation of we're better off when we are not the best. Not winning the division, I guess.
Hey, listen, in 2017, what were we all doing? Didn't you guys have them dog masks? We're the dogs. We're the underdogs.
Because we lost our starting quarterback. We lost a starting quarterback, an MVP candidate.
It's probably better for you that you did.
I mean,
it was. It absolutely was.
Yes.
We would have not won that Super Bowl if Jalen Hurts didn't get hurt. I mean, if Carson was there, we would still be ringless peasants. We would still be ringless peasants if Carson Wentz didn't get hurt. Yeah. He would have folded at some point.
Knowing what we know now, who knows when the ugly Carson Wentz would have reared its head. It could have been in the playoffs for real. D. Osman said, which shoulder was injured, Tibbs' side or Ojolari's? It's his right shoulder, so you know what I mean.
Throwing shoulder, so Tibbs' side.
First of all, you got to catch him.
Don't y'all guys move? Don't y'all guys move Tibbs around?
Yeah, we do. He moves.
They move around.
You know what though? Tibbs is really aggressive, and that zone read, which we will bring out.
I worry about that in this game because
he loses contain on that. There's no question.
He loses.
He used to do that. Same thing.
Yeah.
I would run right at Tibbs the same way we did with Michael Parsons in week 6.
Yeah. I wouldn't blame him. If he's over aggressive, that's a smart thing to do.
It is. And we've seen our coaching staff implement that, and I think that got to be off the grip. Like, I think, again, I believe Jalen Hurts is dang near 100%, but the first time we would see a zone run and he does it with confidence, that's just going to make me, I'm going to get the full air out my lungs, deep breath, like, all right, we back, because, his whole arsenal is what complements our offense for
what you're going to see is more sliding. You're going to see things. He used to fight for extra yardage. He's going to slide more. That's it.
Yeah. But I still want, after he gets the first down.
Right. Yeah. He's going to slide more.
Matthew Jacobs said Giants all day, baby. Do you guys think Hurts missing almost 5 weeks can mess up his rhythm, along with you guys just having a bye in general? Go ahead,
Yeah,
LB.
I'm worried about a bit of a slow start. I'm not gonna lie, but it wouldn't surprise me if we didn't have a slow start, though.
Yeah, and there was talk though. It just say Minshew finished off the Saints. There was talk prior to the ugly game that Jalen Hurts would play a couple quarters anyways, just to get some game action, because that would have been then Dallas, Saints, Giants, bye week. Then it would have been a full 5. So he did come back and actually get live game against your almighty third stringers. You know what I mean? The team that almost beat the Eagles. So he did play against your almighty third stringers. Jacob said, beat some frauds. Now y'all goats.
I don't know what that means, my boy.
Now, I think he's saying what do you call it? The Giants beat the Vikings and now they're.
Oh, yeah.
The Vikings were 13-4.
They was fraudulent, bad dog. You know
they were 13-4. You guys were one game better than Minnesota.
He's right. Bad dog's not lying.
We wasn't fraudulent.
Hold up though. But you know what y'all were talking about throughout the week? The last time we played the Vikings, we lost by a 61-yard field goal. Y'all not talking about the last time y'all played.
The last time we played the Eagles, we lost by 6 points with our third stringers against your starters.
Are they playing
on the road?
You might have
put the third stringers in. Right. Right. Put the third stringers in.
You don't want to see Davis Webb again.
Right. We scared of Davis Webb. Daniel Jones, we are not.
When I watched Davis Webb running against defense, I said, man, if that was Daniel Jones, can you imagine what Jones would be doing?
Now, in all realness, though, I want to see I don't want to see nobody get hurt. Like, I'm big on, no injuries and all that stuff. So I just want to see a clean game and,
yes,
you know what I mean? Tackle Jalen Hurts, do what you got to do. You know what I mean? But how we going to have to be in the ref's ear, man? Ain't no throwing the body on Jalen Hurts in the pocket.
Yeah. No, I agree. I don't want to see any injuries in this game.
Yeah, for real, though. Mark Wall said, what up, LB? Mad respect to the Giants. Hell with the Cowboys. By the way, our center is Jason Kelce, not
Kelly. Yeah, you did call him Jason Kelly.
No, I said Kelce. I said the Kelce brothers. I listened to the Kelce brothers podcast.
SB said Hurts
sound like Kelly, but I listened to the Kelce podcast with his brother. I said Kelce.
Hurts going to be rusty like
he's not used to the New York accent. I get it.
Sack. Yeah, the New York accent. I mean, we're about to see. I think we're almost tail end of that real quick. G said, wasn't Galladay signed to be their A.J. Brown? At the time. He was
signed to do something.
Yeah, he was signed to be number one. That didn't happen.
He can block, though.
He got one touchdown.
Yeah, he did. He gets his homie. You know what I mean? I ain't mad at the game. Will J said, I want these Philly guys to name 11 quarterbacks doing what DJ doing with less. All these quarterbacks they might list have stacked offenses. Nobody can dispute that. I know, but we can't physically play the game of take this guy, drop him over here, drop him over there. We can't.
I'll be right back. Hold on a second.
That's a game, and it's a good argument though, right? Like we used it in 19 with the Wentz thing, but until you get the guy and then perform with the guy, you can't really see that. You know what I mean? It's just something that your organization gonna have to do something right for your team. Get him a guy.
And they will. We got the right guys in place. We're going to get him weapons this offseason, but I'm not worried about it. And I honestly think he's already a top 10 quarterback. And if he's not, like you said, he's right there. He's right on the cusp.
Yeah, he's definitely yeah.
Yeah, like right now.
If you're talking about after this year's performance, he's a top 10 quarterback.
Well, I mean, it's his first year in a real offensive scheme. I mean, if you're a Giants fan, why wouldn't, just like you guys I'm sure felt about Hurts last year, why wouldn't you feel second year in the same offense if he gets more help that he's going to get even better?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and again, I thought that regardless if the Vikings are bad, a win brings more confidence. But I do just look at the situation that I think, all these three teams, the Niners, the Cowboys, and the Giants, they're getting looked at for what they did, and rightfully so, because all week got to be talked about what you saw in Wild Card Weekend. But there's still a reason why we didn't have to play in Wild Card Weekend. I just don't want people to forget about that. Richard said Giants win 38-13. Book it. Hurts 4 picks. That's all the picks he has.
Now that's cocky, but I love him for it.
And I'm at the game, man. Dream big. Listen, I bought lottery tickets because I'm going to win. I'm going to win the lottery. That Mega Million is a 1.3 bill. Sheesh. Takeem said Jalen Hurts is about to make Bad Dog swallow his words. Bad Dog came around though on Jalen.
Yeah, where you been, Takeem? I came around on Jalen a long time ago. Where you been? Gotta catch up, my friend. Gotta catch up.
John said the first 2 games we didn't have a Dory who shut down Jefferson.
Y'all double team Jefferson.
Exactly.
Let's get the facts right.
I'll be fair with that.
Y'all double team Jefferson and double team.
He did look good, but
he looked good. Double team AJ if you want. Smitty gonna go ham.
No,
double team AJ.
No, I didn't break the seal. I heard my son needed something to drink. He woke up, so I had to go get him something to drink. Little bad dog.
Manny Festo in said, look at what Mac Jones did in the Judge offense this year. KG and Jones were ruined by it. Oh, by the way, the Eagles stink. I mean, y'all get listen, you're right. Look, the sentence was making sense, right? The Giants got the better coaching staff this year than they had in a long time. The offense starting to flow. But then you're gonna say the number 1 team in the NFC stink. It just takes all credibility of that thing away.
That's funny you say that. I thought that was the best part of the sentence.
I bet you did. I like that one the best.
Let them have their time though. I mean, look, they excited. Giant fans are coming back to life from all over the world, and it is what it is. Y'all made
it feels good, Mike. It feels good. We haven't had this feeling in a long time over here.
Been a long time.
It's been a long time.
And listen though, and because
it's only right. It's only right that we the ones that do it. It's only right.
It's only right that we knock you the hell out. It's only right after 10 years.
Something got to give. Something got to give.
All that crap, Deshaun Jackson, David Akers, Jake Elliott. Oh, we took Devontae Smith from you.
How about a miracle at the link, Bad Dog? We own 2 of those.
We do.
Damn.
Nah,
these guys been harboring this for a while.
Yeah,
we cannot lose this game.
Yeah, no, you can't. I've said
you cannot lose this game.
If the Eagles lose this game, I said no Eagle fan gonna come to my channel for a year. You ain't gonna want to hear me. Somebody said in the chat earlier, Bad Dog's gonna be humble. I've been humble for 10 years against this damn team, so it ain't nothing they can do to me that's gonna hurt me.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
I'll be gonna be like, you know what? I'm just gonna ignore Bad Dog.
I'm going to have to ignore you. I already know it.
I had text LB like, you okay? It's going to say, sorry, your number's been blocked.
New phone. Who's this? Yeah.
Right.
Sure. Simple Eli said, just wondering how much the Eagles have in cap next year. Have you seen all the players? We got a handful of players off, but, I think we got guys that are waiting to take their spot. And, I mean, it's Howie Roseman. Howie Roseman. Bag Dog is the biggest hypocritical crybaby. I think Takeem Hilton. This is
everybody's a critic, man. Everybody's an expert and everybody's a critic. What can you do?
Shout out to my guy Takeem though. He said, Adam. So whenever I get sad, I think about Strahan and OC sacking McNabb 8 times. The Birds have whooped us a lot since let's go. I mean, you got to find little wins.
OC had 6 by himself in that game, didn't he?
Yeah, on King Dunlap. I I think we had 12 sacks.
King Dunlap.
We did. I think
King Dunlap. Good old King Dunlap.
King Dunlap.
I mean, he was physically like huge, but the dude didn't move. He was stuck.
He was way too athletic for him.
He was a turnstile.
Yeah. Eagle fans don't want to admit it, but they're low-key scared of Brian Daboll or the ball can cook up. And don't forget the Giants weren't healthy the first game. Look, as far as I'm going this is the best Giants team that I have seen in 5 years.
You're not alone.
So we go in there.
And they're playing their best right now. They're playing their best right now.
Yeah.
And so, again,
we'll see if the best is good enough. We'll see if the best is good enough.
This is what I'm going to say. If the Eagles win this game, I think that they're going to have to knock us out early. Because if the Giants hang around in this one, Eagles are going to pressure. Yeah, I think if the Giants what we got to do is hang around. If the Eagles might come out and they might hit us like Minnesota did, we have to counterpunch like they did. But if the Giants can hang around in this game into the fourth quarter, that's when I think we're going to know we can take it. But if the Eagles come out and do what they did to us the first game, I mean, obviously, they're going to try to put us away early. I don't think there's any question. They're going to try to put us away early. The Giants got to sustain that, and they got to counterpunch like they did against Minnesota.
So would you guys? So now asking both of you what I asked LB earlier. Me and LB said we're both going to defer. But if y'all win the coin toss, would y'all any of y'all take it?
I'd kick it off.
So all of us will defer.
Yeah.
We all want to see our defense get on the field first.
The Giants are one of the best second half teams in football, and they're one of the worst first half teams in football. I think we have like the third worst time of possession in the first half this year, and the second best time of possession in the second half.
Well, go off of playoffs. Since y'all forgot all about that stuff. Remember, talk about playoffs. Y'all was good against Minnesota with the ball first.
Y'all
didn't have the ball first.
Vikings got the ball first.
Y'all were good in that first half, though.
We were. But I'd rather you guys get the ball first.
Yeah.
Listen, if you let the Eagles get like just a 10 spot, again, as LB said multiple times on this stream, 70+ sacks. When you get that 10-point lead, if you're 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, the dogs come for them.
Yeah, you don't even need a 10-point lead. That was my point earlier. 3rd down 2, 3rd and 3, we're going to be okay. 3rd and 8, 3rd and 10, we're going to be in trouble. And it's not just us. I mean, any quarterback's going to have a harder time, succeeding 3rd and long when it's an obvious passing situation. But the Giants have a lot of things they can do on 3rd and short. That's going to be our goal.
Yeah. You guys
got to play ahead of the sticks. If it's a 4-yard pass to Richie James and it's 2nd and 6, kind of like we were doing against Minnesota, that's what you want to do. If Barkley's getting 3 yards and it's 2nd down and 7, that's better than 2nd and 13.
I think
the defense gives you.
It got to be Barkley, man. Barkley got to grind it out and take the air out the ball. If they don't use Barkley and they try to pass the ball, they're going to lose this game.
Yeah, we can't commit penalties. We can't make mistakes. Some of the guys are more talented than us. Nobody's going to sit here and go, oh, the Giants are more talented. We're playing really good football. But you look at those rosters. No, we can't afford to lose a turnover battle. We can't be, 2nd down and go from the 3 and get a false start or get a holding call and be 2nd and goal from the 13. These things are going to hurt us. It's hard for us to overcome those things. So we have to just do it. The way the Giants have won this year is executing and not making mistakes. We go in here and play a clean game like we did in Minnesota, we got a good chance of walking out with a win. We come in there and do not do that, we got a good chance of walking out with a loss.
And so both of you guys think that you guys won't run Barkley at least 20 times. You think
No, I'm not saying we won't. I think in an ideal world against your team,
you have to.
Listen, I thought we were going to run the ball more last week, and we kind of did because Jones had 17 carries.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to use Barkley more in the running game last week, and we didn't. But against your team, yeah, I would. In an ideal world, and I don't necessarily know if we're going to be able to accomplish this, I would want to do what Washington did against you when they played you. Control the hell out of the clock, run the ball down your throat, keep the defense fresh, and try to try to.
We also turned the ball over 4 times.
Yeah, I'm not saying. I'm just saying Washington was able to run the ball against you guys, right? They were able to control.
Yeah, they were.
So that, in an ideal world, that's what I would like to do.
Yeah. And again, our first 2 losses, right? The Washington loss that opened, oh, look what the Eagles are exposed. Then we went on a nice win streak, right? And then even Gardner Minshew in the Dallas game, Gardner Minshew played pretty decent. He just wasn't good enough down the stretch. He had the ball at the 20-yard line. But the thing that's consistent in the first 2 losses of the Eagles, again, one was high scoring, one was low scoring, but it was 4 turnovers. The Eagles turned the ball over 4 times in both their first losses. So, ball security, start there. If the Eagles don't turn the ball over, we're a mean green touchdown machine for real. Like top 5 in points per game, top 5 in yards per game. Top 5 wide receiver, top 5 running back. He's right behind Saquon, I think. Saquon's 3rd, I think, and Sanders is 4th. I think on the
I think you're right.
Russian.
Yeah,
it's close. So, like I said, you got to keep the ball away from the Eagles. But Richard said, remember when in 2020 when Hurts was called what? Gold dust? Like, what are we doing here? Gemini Don said, fellas, what up? It just hit me that this is rivalry weekend for the playoffs. Giants, Eagles, Cowgirls, Niners. What's your thoughts on that game? Y'all want to go ahead and give your thoughts on
Niners, man.
I think the Niners are going to win. I could see it being a close game because I think Dallas
34-13 Niners.
Wow, I don't think that. But I hope that would be great. But
I'll say
Dallas
27-17 Niners. 27-17 Niners.
I think I agree with similar to that. Like a 7 to 10 point game. I like the Niners.
Yeah, I like 28-20.
What's the spread in that game? Does anybody know?
I guess 5.5. Something like that.
Yeah, probably because
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Yeah, my phone's dead, so I can't even pull it
I'll
up.
check. I can check real quick.
JD Sports Talk said, I'm a Giants and I'm the Giant. If I'm the Giants, Maddox does not play. I'm attacking the nickel spot and testing Bradbury deep a few times. By the way, Jalen Hurts has to prove it now. What is your take, LB, on with CJ Gardner-Johnson being back? Are you leaving him still at safety, or are you going to let him play play some nickel, or what would you do, LB?
I'm bringing Gardner-Johnson in that nickel. I'm going to bring Gardner-Johnson in that nickel. I'm not putting Josiah Scott on the field ever again in my life. Yeah. And I'm going to put Blankenship. Blankenship is going to play safety with Epps, and Gardner-Johnson going to play in that nickel. I like Gardner-Johnson a little close to the line of scrimmage sometime. He makes good plays right there too.
Facts. Phillips said, I gave up 40 for the Mega Millions lottery drawing.
Well, hopefully you hit, man. Good to see you, Phil, man. Thanks for popping in, buddy.
Big Payne said they're selling the batteries that you put in the carbon monoxide detector, the double D joints. Sad. Dog Sports get ready to lose. Media wants to treat the Giants like poverty franchise. They have 4. I think I haven't listened to shows today. What is the national media really saying about the Giants? Because I low key
they're giving them love.
Was off the grid today.
They're giving them love.
They're feeling.
But they're still saying we don't have a chance.
Right.
Stephen A. Smith went up on his soapbox. Oh, no chance they're going to win. And I think it was Deion Sanders said no chance on the Manning cast, no chance we're going to win. So people still think you guys are definitely going to win, but they're starting to. Daniel Jones got a lot of praise from the national media today. A lot of praise.
I think we're being disrespected. Eagles, as far as Eagles, I watched a little bit of it, and people are already predicting the winner of the Cowboys and the Niners game to go to the Super Bowl. They totally sleeping on this side of the bracket. We're number 1 seed.
Nothing against you guys. I picked the Niners preseason, so I do think the Niners are going to the Super Bowl. But
yeah.
But I think you guys would beat the Cowboys if you played them.
I actually think the Giants are going to the Super Bowl. But
we got you can't be switching them up.
But Chris and I already talked about this though. When we text, we say let's just do a Super Bowl stream. Let's just make it. Let's finish this thing off.
But listen, if you had that little gut feeling early, if you would have did it in September, put like a little 50 piece on the Giants Super Bowl, that was a plus. That would have been a nice little payout.
Yeah, I think they were 80 to 1. Yeah,
that'd have been nice. I mean, it's not happening, but like in the grand scheme of things, feel how you feel right now. It'd have been feeling good with that.
It would have been tough at the beginning. There was a lot of questions going into the year. I mean, I thought they'd improve over last year. It'd be hard not to, but I didn't see. I didn't see this team. Especially with the roster we have, brand new coaching staff, everything else. I'm like, Daniel Jones has learned a new system. Is Daniel Jones a guy that didn't pick up the 5th-year option? There was a lot of questions going on. So, thinking that we were even going to get to this point, this has been a very successful season. But I want it to continue. And people don't want to give us a chance. We got a chance. Long shots better than no shots. So
you're telling me there's a chance.
The Eagles could come out and they could play like shit. They could have a bad Saturday. They could have a bad game. And that's all it takes. One off game.
We could have a bad turnover. Half.
That's it. It's all it takes. That's all it takes. One bad game. You have a bad game at the wrong time, you're done.
That's the one thing about the NFL, though, and that's I've always said that, like NBA, NHL, MLB, the better team is going to normally prevail because a bad game, they can go out there and win 2-3 straight in the next couple, but wake up on the wrong side of the bed, there's no going back. But again, I do just like the fact how this Eagles team has been through adversity throughout the year. We won tight games. We won blowouts. We came back. So, we're going to have to see. But 30 points, I think we're getting close to that 30-point mark. And so the question really is, are y'all going to put up 30 plus on the Eagles? I don't think we're scoring like 35, 36, but I got around 30, 31 is where I want to say the Eagles are going to be. So that's the question to me, really, is the Giants capable of scoring 30 plus?
It comes down to the back-to-back games. To the tempo of the game. If the Giants are able to play a style like Washington did, you're not going to put up 30 because they're going to slow down the game. So it comes down to the style of play. If it's a fast-paced game, we're going to have to put up over 30 to win the game.
And we don't want to play like that. We don't want to get in a shootout with you guys.
Not against them.
Not going to be our forte. That's not the way we win games. We don't want to do that. We want to slow it down. We want to have long, consistent drives. We want to keep your offense off the field. We want to have 8-minute, 9-minute touchdown drives. We want to keep the game murky and muddy in a battle. We don't want to get into a high-flying, high-scoring game with you guys because we're not built for that.
Recently, we have been though, but we haven't done it against a defense like the Eagles.
Yeah. Rob said, sure, we beat the Vikings with a bad defense, but the Eagles have one of the easiest schedules in the league this year. We beat Lamar's Ravens. Going
He's
back
not
to
lying. You guys didn't play the hardest schedule. Neither did we, but he's not lying. You didn't play the hardest schedule.
I mean, we played the
We
best
played the
division
NFC,
twice.
we played the NFC East. Yeah, right.
Well, yeah, so did we. But I'm saying outside of the division. But neither did we. We didn't play a hard schedule either.
Yeah, I mean, again, and
There's a lot of playoff teams in there. We played. You guys played the Jags, right?
We played the Jags. We played the Lions. We played
Baltimore,
Minnesota,
Seattle.
Yeah, Green Bay. So we
Yeah,
played some good teams.
Seattle was a playoff team. We played Seattle.
Yeah. We played a harder schedule than it looked before the year started. I wouldn't say it was a hard schedule, but I don't think it was an easy schedule.
There's quite a few. Dallas, Philadelphia are playoff teams. Washington just missed. Seattle's a playoff team. Jacksonville's a playoff team. Baltimore's a playoff team. The Lions were 9-8.
Packers,
if they won, they were a playoff team. So
yeah. We probably played about an average schedule.
JD said, unless you put CJ Gardner-Johnson in there and not Scott, then I'm attacking those safeties and putting Barkley in space. We gonna see.
Yeah.
He said no. LA said if the 18-0 Patriots can lose a Super Bowl, then the 14-3 Eagles can get bounced out of the playoffs.
Of course.
Is Hurts 100% healthy? Speak on Hurts, LB.
I think Hurts is just as healthy as he was going into the Bears game before he got hurt.
80%.
Yeah, I don't even think he was. Nobody's 100%. You know what I mean?
True.
I think this late in the season. So I think Hurts is, just as healthy as as we would like him to be. He's not limited. He's healthy enough.
Yeah, and he's off the injury report early, like Monday, today. I mean Tuesday.
And what's the deal with Lane Johnson?
He's going to play. I think he has like a sports hernia. He didn't play since the Chicago Bears game. We've been resting him for the playoffs. He denied surgery, so he's going to give it a go for the playoff run.
But he got out there. He got out there last week. Friday, he was his first practice, which was surprising to me. I thought he wasn't going to be practicing until mid this week. So him being out there Friday, he went on a Pat McAfee show and said, "I'm playing. I'm wrapping this up and I'm playing." And he said that, a couple years ago when he played with that tweak ankle that he ended up getting surgery in the offseason, he said he feels that this injury is going to be less tough for him to play. It's still tough. He said if he gets the bull rush the right way, I might go down and not get back up on the Pat McAfee show. But he said he feels comfortable with this more than what he did with the ankle. So, and cool. Lane is Lane. That's a tough dude.
I was listening to the McAfee show today. He said something about our team. He said Dexter Lawrence is the best defensive tackle in the NFL.
That's cap. I don't think Dexter Lawrence was better than Hargrave this year, but Dexter Lawrence is a dog. I don't think he was better than Hargrave this year.
You're going to find out. Dexter Lawrence is a beast.
He can't move Kelsey. I've been looking at that tape all day.
Okay. We'll find out on Saturday.
And even still, you got Landon.
So is Dex. Dex has been looking at that tape all day, too.
Yeah, trying to figure out another game plan. He's like, well, it didn't work last time. I got to switch this up.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what film's all about.
True. Lancey said we got Adoree Jackson back, so that will help us.
Getting McKinney and Adoree Jackson, I mean, they're definitely going to help.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, man, I'll be honest. I think Cordell Flott stepped up. I think Cordell Flott's been playing really good. And again, that's another, one of
he had to play the game. Cordell Flott.
What's that?
He had to play the game last week.
Yeah.
With the pass breakup on 3rd and 8.
Yeah, he's played well. Cordell Flott's very aggressive corner, so very physical. I mean, I like the way he's stepped up. So it's good for the Giants, man. It's kind of like the Eagles last year. You guys you were what at one point 5-7. You won your last 4 games. You got in there. You weren't expected to make the playoffs, and you did get railroaded out, but you got that experience. And for the Giants, this experience is going to be huge going forward for these guys. Yeah. So
we're more advanced than the Eagles were last year, though, in my opinion.
I think so too.
I think when we played the Eagles, we were kind of like last year's Eagles team, but I think like the last 3 or 4 weeks, our offense has evolved more than their offense was evolved last year.
Yeah.
And in that step, you got your first playoff win, which we didn't last year.
Yeah.
So it's a rapsy scapsy. You accomplished your goal.
Oh, okay. It's just like that. All right.
Nah, but Lay's Eagle said the number one thing I want the Eagles to do is defer and do what LB said. Get that 3 and out. Mission accomplished. He said, y'all not ready for this take. The better quarterback in this game is on the Giants sideline.
Love it, JD.
The quarterback with the better weapons is on the Eagles sideline. Hashtag cap.
I don't hate that. I don't
Hashtag lies.
I ain't hating that at all.
I know you guys are Philly fans, but I believe that says hashtag facts. I'm just reading what it says.
I mean, it does, but like, all right, look, little success, man. That junk goes right to the
Oh
top.
yeah, why wouldn't it?
I'm looking forward to when
where were you at? Little success, like what it did for you guys.
Yeah. I mean, look, we said we had a chance against the Bucks last year. Then we realized we were wrong. And so, since you're on our path to becoming good again, you're supposed to feel like you could beat us.
We've already exceeded your path. We won a playoff game.
Yeah, but now we're in your path.
Yeah, and we're going to have to.
So it's coming down to like,
yeah, you're in our way.
Yeah,
you're in our way. Got to move you.
Got to move us. And look, and that would be again with everything we accomplish individually, right? That wasn't our goal, but all the stuff, it would be a huge flame out for it would just be, as LB said, he said he's not leaving the link without a dub.
If we lose to the Giants, the season is a wash. 14 wins don't mean nothing.
I agree.
I don't care. I don't care about no accomplishments. I don't care. If you lose to the Giants, if you lose to Daniel Jones is in the way of an NFC Championship appearance.
If you need to talk after the game, I don't want if you're not feeling too well, LB, give me a call.
What you got? You got a number for a shrink or something? What are you going to be able to do for me? What are you possibly going to be able to do for me, Chris? If we lose this game, I would never call you. I would never call you a bad dog. You'll be the last two people.
I told you. I'm going to text LB. I'm going to just say, "Are you okay, buddy? Yeah, I care about you. You're my guy.
Think about
you root for the worst team possible, LB, but you're still my guy. I gotta check on your well-being when this one's over.
It can't.
But see, Giants.
What do they call those when you were on the road? I don't know if anybody watches wrestling. What do they call courtesy checks? I have to do a courtesy check on LB when this one's over.
I cannot be so right about so many things that I've been right
so
about.
you do to be wrong
to lose to Daniel Jones. It just God wouldn't do me like this.
Yeah, and
God works in mysterious ways, man.
He sure does. He sure does.
Yeah, and the crazy thing would just be, like I said, it'd be a total just forget what we've done. We would be in a bad spot, and then you guys would really be able to 100,000% more advanced than us with all the cap you got and all that. But like I said, the Eagles just got to handle business, to be honest. But the 1C Cowboys, 1C Packers, 1C Patriots. It's always the other fans shocked when the Road Warrior Giants go in and ruin their historical season. We know how it is. Let's go. I mean, Manning knew how to do it. Strahan and OC knew how to do it. That was the same. They were there from 07 to 11. I mean, Daniel Jones has dinner with the Mannings, but that's about it. You know what I mean? He knows the Mannings. They're going to be a Manning in the building, but he's not suiting up.
No, I can say this. Eli didn't win his first playoff game. Jones did.
He's not lying about that. Eli didn't get it across the 50-yard line his first playoff game.
You do know that these super chats will never stop.
I know.
Is an awesome show.
It'll never stop. We're really close though. But yeah. Listen, y'all can hold y'all super chats for the rest. No mas. Flip of the Bird said Giants are going down. Rents do. MJ said maybe Jalen had to play vanilla because he's too hurt. It was a big game for the 1 seed. You guys needed that game. Dude might play vanilla again. Nah, the scheme. Listen, when y'all blitzed on 4th and 7 and he threw the deep ball to AJ Brown. That was a vanilla route, and we completed it. The players didn't play the scheme. What was asked of the guys was vanilla. That's what a vanilla scheme is. No player's going to go out there and be like, yeah, I'm going to throw this ball kind of relaxed because the players play. Yeah, as simple as that. A great show, gents. Go Giants. Best Eagle ever was Reggie White. Why do you have coming out? Who do you have coming out the AFC?
I had the Bills preseason, but if I had to make the pick today, I would take Cincinnati.
I've been taking Cincy since probably the middle of the year. Cincinnati.
LB?
I got the Chiefs coming out of AFC.
I'm co-signing Chiefs. I want the Kelsey brothers. That podcast gonna be extra spicy if they're both in the Super Bowl.
It's gonna be extra spicy when they both get knocked out. It's gonna be
both 1 seeds too. Both 1 seeds. MJ said Hurts was 14-29 for 140 yards and 0 touchdowns with 3 interceptions last year versus us. Dude ain't inflammable. But again, you're going to last year, Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
I was at that game. That was a fun game.
That's the one that saved my season.
Ice Rover said, I love to see the love and respect between 2 divisional rivals. I love football, Giants in New York City. However, the Giants will upset the Eagles. Team saying my favorite Giant right now is Isaiah Hodgins.
Should be one way he's playing.
Kevin said Daniel Jones playing superstar level. Sheesh. You played a game against backups, and then rested Eagles are going to be playing a whole different level team with the New York Giants.
He's not lying. There's different teams. There's different level.
I feel like we're playing OCU Menorah and Michael Strahan and Eli.
That's what it sounds like.
That's what I mean.
I feel like JPP coming out there with the hand thing on.
This game's over. You guys be playing. Damn, Daniel Jones, Azeez Ojulari, Kayvon Thibodeau, Dexter Lawrence.
Our last 3 games, we won 38-10. We almost beat you guys with our third stringers, and we went into Minnesota, won 34-27. How could you blame Giants fans for feeling a little up about their team?
I mean,
we're feeling good.
Congratulations. Sean said DJ and Lockett will make him top 10. Justin said
I agree with that.
Shout out to y'all. Philly fan said, bro, why did the Giants fan have such a victim mentality when we talk about what path was better for the Eagles? It doesn't mean you're bad. Looking so hard for bulletin board material, they're reaching.
They're victims. They are victims, and guess what happened to victims? They get victimized. Saturday they will be victimized. They're victims.
Yeah. They are. JB said,
man, I'm gonna just give me a call after the game if you need somebody to talk.
Chris, I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna talk this way until y'all beat us. I have to. I wouldn't be myself if I didn't.
Got a few more days, LB.
I wouldn't be myself if I didn't, and it ain't happening this year. Better luck in next season.
We'll find out.
Yeah, because JB said best cheesesteak in Philly and best pizza in New York.
Ooh.
D'Alessandro's for Philly.
Never been there.
One of my favorite spots. D'Alessandro's or Max's.
There's too many pizza spots. There's a pizza spot in every corner.
It really is.
Dude, it's one in Brooklyn. It's one in Brooklyn that I want to go to. What the hell is the name of it?
There's one.
I don't know, but they got like oxtail pizza. Like they got like exotic pizzas. Yo, I want to go there.
I've been to so many good ones. I couldn't tell you. I just know the best pizzas in New York. But it's like Dunkin' Donuts here. It's on every corner.
Right.
Paul Jones said, "Congrats NFC East. Please share 4 ways." Shout out to Paul S. Jones for sure.
Thank you, Paul.
Just the guy said Eagles run defense is trash between quad and dimes. We rush between quad and dimes. We rush for 250 and get the dub. Then Philly fans will burn down their city and cry about it. Man, they coming.
That was brutal. That was rough.
I am looking forward if the Giants win this game to seeing the Eagles fans' reaction.
Not even the Eagle fans. I want to listen to the media.
Oh, that'd be great.
Because the media gonna rip us a new one.
I feel like Bad Dog. There's like 25% of Giants fans now are like completely all in. But I feel like a lot of Giants fans are like, they're still like wait and see. But if the Giants beat the Eagles, it's all in. Like we're gonna be like, yeah, we could do this thing. So
absolutely.
I'm looking forward to it.
We going to Philadelphia and winning a place we haven't won in 9 years, not since Matt Barkley was a quarterback. And there's no reason to think we can't.
Yeah.
If
we win this game,
it's called cuts and slices.
We're gonna start dreaming. We're gonna start dreaming big. We're gonna start dreaming big.
Shout out
dreaming
Kevin
big.
I'm already dreaming big.
Oh, I'm already dreaming big.
It would be funny if the Giants beat the Eagles. I think they will have their hands full of Barkley. I have dog in my fight. Jets Sofa Nation showing love to the channel. Okay, Jets fan rocking with the New York, staying with New York City.
Man,
said,
I think the Jets are in a good spot. You guys just need a quarterback.
Yeah.
Which is
Daniel
not
Jones.
Easy.
You're out there.
Go ahead and
Lamar Jackson. You never know.
Carson Wentz.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy G. Baker Mayfield. Baker couldn't handle New York.
Nah. Baker already played. Nah, Baker couldn't play there.
Baker couldn't
play there.
Sam Darnold. That's a lot of
Back again?
They're gonna take that bum back. I forgot he was there.
You know what's funny? You know what's ironic? If the Jets had Sam Darnold on this year's team, I think they make the playoffs.
My brother's a Jet fan. He said that to me.
I think they would have made the playoffs if Darnold was the quarterback this year.
I think if Brees Hall didn't get hurt,
but Zach Wilson
they would have made the playoffs.
Is that bad?
Yeah.
They also had Geno Smith
Zach
too.
Wilson was trash.
They also had Geno Smith. They also drafted Geno Smith, and then he got punched in the face in the locker room, and then they let him go.
Sidney family drafted a lot of bad quarterbacks. It's Mark Sanchez, Sam Darnold, Zach Wilson. It ain't working for them. It's hard to find a franchise quarterback.
I could see the Jets paying Lamar. They got a lot of rookie.
I think they're going to try to at least.
Yeah, they got a lot of rookie deals over there too. They got the money
over there in the AFC for sure. Sidney family said Quinn coming to the sack party now. He just might. Johnson, the Eagles lost to our backups. Almost.
Let's go Giants.
To the backups.
Let's go Giants, John.
As the Cowboys fans definitely worried about.
Lost.
Yeah, Dak in the Bay. Joseph said G-strings. Last game is Saturday.
I don't think I've ever heard of that one.
That's a new one. That's new.
What do they usually call us, Bad Dog? Vagiant fans? I've heard those. I've never heard
That's corny. That's corny. G-strings is about
G-strings sound good, though. Enjoy your summer misery.
You're right. Our last game of this week is Saturday. We're going to have another one, though, on January 29th.
We about to see one of the scariest
sites. Y'all got practice? Well, January 20th. You got a scrimmage.
We got a date with the 49ers.
They got a joint practice with the Jets.
They got joint.
Oh, baby. Oh, can Saturday get here now, Bad Dog?
I know. I'm ready, man. I'm ready.
One of the scariest sights in the NFL is a 9 or 10 win Giants wildcard team marching into your home stadium in the NFL and the NFC playoffs.
Ain't lying.
Tim's going to be doing a snow angel with no snow and no sacks.
History repeats itself. We're warning you guys.
I think we almost. Oh my gosh, bro! Y'all just going crazy.
That's what I told you. I told you it's not going to end. You're not even close. I've been read them. You ain't close, man.
I mean, because we got to have the conversation though, too. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody in the chat though, for real. How
many people we still got in here?
2176.
Thank you to everybody, man. We appreciate
it.
Yeah,
thank you. And if we don't get to your super chat,
it doesn't come around very often where NFC East foes meet up in the postseason. Although the Giants and the Eagles have met up a lot in my lifetime in the postseason, it seems. Well, since the turn of the century. I mean, we did it in 2000. We did it in 2006, 2008. We do it again after that. Maybe it was just those three, but it seemed like it's been more. Well, I mean, we haven't been in the playoffs in the last 10 years, so I guess it was just that section.
Yeah. All right. So, like, we at the 2 hour and 30 minute mark. Shout out to everybody. I'm going to pull them up as much. Let's get to the actual score predictions and just our final thoughts before we get out of here. Give us the way you see the game going, the flow. We don't got to break down, of course, every play, but this kind of happens. Give a take that you feel kind of good about of like something that you think a player's going to accomplish in that game, and then the score prediction. So the flow, a take that's going to happen, like a player stat line or something, and then the score prediction.
I think the Giants are going to take too long to fill out the defense. I think they've been playing they played that soft defense. They ain't used to being hit or getting their uniforms dirty, and that's going to affect them in the beginning of this game. I think the flow of the game is going to be methodical drives by the Eagles mixed with some explosive plays, and we put up too many points early, and the Giants got to change their game plan to combat that. I think the Eagles win this game 32-18. I'm going to go with the Eagles.
And to answer Grant's question, by the way, we're sorry. There's so many especially when you combine channels, it's hard to get to all these. So we're sorry if we missed some of these. But as far as the Evan Neal question goes, Grant, that's probably my biggest worry going into this game. It's probably my biggest worry going into.
And Andrew Thomas is good too, because wasn't he nicked up at all?
No, Andrew Thomas.
Andrew Thomas is good.
44 pass blocking opportunities last week. He didn't give up a pressure. So my prediction, I think the key to this game is the Giants' interior defensive line. I think that's the key to this game, and I know that that's a strength of the Eagles as well. It's strength versus strength. It's not a weakness like it was for the Vikings last week, where the Giants got 14 quarterback pressures between Leonard Williams and Dexter Lawrence. They didn't get a lot of sacks, but Kirk Cousins wasn't able to create a lot of big plays because he didn't have a lot of time. They had to get the ball out quick. He threw off balance. That's the key to me. It's getting that interior pressure, keeping Jalen Hurts confined within the pocket, and forcing him to beat you as a thrower. I'm not saying he can't, but that's your best chance against this Eagles offense. You can't let them beat you, death of 1,000 paper cuts if you let this guy run wild. So I'm very excited to see how the New York Giants try to combat this offense, because the Eagles certainly have a good one. But I think there are variables that play in the Giants' favor. I think the fact that this is the third time we're playing, the fact that Dable coached Hurts, and I do think this Giants coaching staff is saving something for the playoffs like we saw last week. I think they got a good game plan against the Eagles. Whether or not that game plan is going to be enough, we'll see. But I think we're going to come out prepared. I think it's going to be a lot closer than a lot of Eagles fans think. I'm going to take the Giants. I think the Giants are going to upset the Eagles. I'm going to go 27-24 Giants.
Man, you and I, we've been working together too long, Chris. I was that's going to be my score prediction. But to me, the key to this game is simple. The Eagles are coming off a bye. Jalen Hurts was banged up. Jalen Hurts hasn't really played. If they were saying it's vanilla, he hasn't really played his game in a month. They're going to come out slow, okay? And if they do come out slow, the Giants have got to take advantage of this. The Giants in this game have got to get off to a fast start. Yeah, this ain't Minnesota. I know this, okay? Minnesota is whatever. This is family business. This is the Eagles and the Giants. This is one of the oldest rivalries in the history of the NFL. This is two franchises that can't stand one another. That Eagle crowd is going to be fired up. It is the Giants' job to go in there and take it to them and take that crowd out early. And we have to hang around. We can't get in a shootout with these guys. We have to get in third and short. That's the key to me, is these first and second downs, getting positive yards and playing ahead of the sticks and having third and manageables where you can run Jones, where you can run Barkley, where you can, run these little end arounds or just quick slants to Richie James, Darius Slayton, that type of thing. Play action passes are available on 3rd and 2. There's a lot of things that the Giants are going to have to do, but to me, they have got to get off to a good start. They can't fall behind against this Eagle team. And I don't think that they will. Like you said, Chris, I think Dabo's got this team playing the best that they've played all season. The Eagles have not seen a healthy Giants team. The first time we played them, they beat the shit out of us. I'm not going to sit here and go, I'm not going to make excuses. They were way better than us that day. But we got a lot of our guys healthy. They're as healthy as they've been all year. We're as healthy as we've been all year as a team. Our offense is way better than it was that first game against Philadelphia. I'm with you, Chris. Just because you said 27-24, I'm not going to say the same exact score. I'm going to say 28-24. I think the Giants are going to – I'm not turning my back on that. There's no way I'm picking us to lose any game from here on out. We're winning this game. We're going to win against San Francisco. And why the hell can't we just win the Super Bowl? I can't. Why not us, Giants fans? Why not? 28-24 Giants.
Said that when I bought my Mega Million ticket too. Why not us? To my wife.
Can I ask you something? If you didn't buy a ticket, Mike, can you win?
You can't.
Right. There you go. We got a chance. We're winning.
All right. So look, and it's probably something that Daniel Jones hasn't done lately. But I think turnovers are coming in this game. Not crazy amount. I think we get 2 turnovers from you. But the big one that's going to separate the game to me is going to be a fumble recovery somewhere in your area, like the 35-yard line. We're going to get it. Compliments of Hassan Reddick. He's not going to pick it up, but he's going to force it. So I think we're going to we're going to win a turnover battle. But I got this being a game where we do come out a little slow. I think our defense is carrying us early. The fumbles come probably mid-second quarter, and that's what propels the Eagles' offense. Hurts takes that, scores off it, and then we start to do some things. I got the Eagles scoring 30 flat, and I got the Giants scoring 21. So a 9-point victory. I think it's closer than 9. I think, bettors, if you got that 7.5, you're worried about the 7.5. And then we pull away. So something along the lines of a 27-21 game, a Jake the Snake field goal, and then, we kind of do something where we get the ball back, and then there will be some kneel downing at the link, So, the
victory formation.
The last minute and 16 seconds is just going to be a minute of 16 seconds of cheering. You know what I mean? So
Yes,
that's what I got it. But
in
I
New
got a
York.
30-21.
We'll see. We'll see. I think it's gonna be a really good game. I really do. I think it's gonna be a close game, and I think Eagles fans are gonna be sweating. For the Eagles fans that don't think they are, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm gonna be there.
To find out,
So,
man.
I'm gonna be there live and direct. So we'll see.
And at the end of the game, I'm gonna have to do a wellness check for LB. I'm gonna say.
or most likely I'm gonna be in my hotel going live, spilling champagne all over myself. NFC Championship.
He could be spilling tears all over himself too. Oh no!
Hey, tears of joy. Tears of joy.
Right.
You guys are supposed to be. You're gonna cry tears of joy for beating the Giants. I might cry tears of joy if we beat you guys.
Again,
I'm not gonna lie.
See, and this is where you guys are in the way again, because like y'all were like looking at us. Well, Giant fans were looking at me like, why is this guy cheering about beating the third stringers? It wasn't that. That was the game that made us the number 1 seed. And then you're gonna be saying, well, I mean, we had a great season, but the Eagles were favorite. Why are they tooting their horn? It's not that we beat y'all. It's the game that gets us back to the game before the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? So it's y'all been a big part of our success this year. Y'all helped us get to the first. Y'all doing a lot of good things for us. So continue to be on our side when it comes to that.
Listen, ever since the Eagles beat our ass, we've been playing our best football. Right. You guys helped us.
So it's rightfully so. LB.
How?
You helped us. You made us say, okay, we gotta play better. That was pretty much it.
Y'all was trash down the stretch.
We gotta be better. We gotta be better.
Okay.
And we're gonna be.
Yeah,
All right. So what was your record after the Eagles game? Like, was it week 14? So in the last 4,
we beat Washington. We narrowly lost to. We went 2-2, but one was the backups against you.
Right. And we lost to Minnesota on that 6-point field goal, but we were better than them.
We should have been 3-0. We should have beat Minnesota.
Yeah, we regardless, we lost the game, but we were playing really good football. Is my point.
And you're going to be playing really good football on Saturday, but you're going to lose the game.
Play better football than you.
Similar. Hey, look, you're going to be able to hold your head up high, like, bro, the Eagles. We played a good game.
Yeah, I'm going to be holding my head up real high. I'm like, oh my God, we just knocked out Philadelphia. Feels good.
We're going to be 60 minutes away from
knock out Philadelphia like T did, like Rocky and Mr. T in Rocky 3. This was going to happen.
Let's go.
That being said, this is one of the longest ones we've been on. I've been on in a minute. I got to get up at 4 a.m, yo. It's rough.
You got to get up earlier than me. All right, shout out to you. I got to get up 5:30.
One time I got to say it for Giants fans in the chat because I know my stream's in here too. Stand up, New York Giant fans. Let's smoke some birds. Let's go bird hunting this week. Let's go to the NFC title game. I can't wait to smack the shit out of the Philadelphia Eagles.
That's right.
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it easy on y'all. I'm gonna take it easy on y'all on Saturday.
Oh, that's the thing.
I'm gonna take it easy on y'all on Saturday.
Look,
I'm gonna take it easy on them after the game.
I had a lot of fun tonight.
Nah. We should have asked Philly 500 for that Giants intro. I should have asked him for it just for this one at the end of it. But nah, look, again, you can see me and LB, we're a little bit more laid back, not only because we're tired and we got to both wake up early probably too.
Yeah.
But, you know, we are the team that's favored, and they got a couple more days to raise the roof, and we're gonna see the better team will play, and the better team will get to the NFC Championship. We're gonna see.
Thank you guys for setting this up. I had fun.
Yeah. This is fun.
Of course, we had to do this. I mean, you know, it don't happen that often as it should.
Yeah.
You know,
and
all
it's crazier.
I have a feeling this could be a frequent thing in the future.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah. So. Could you imagine if this was Friday night right now? Oh Lord, that'd be crazy. if we did this stream on Friday night, it would have been a little bit more. We would have been more in football mode, right? Football Friday would be crazy. But shout out to all the Giant fans in here. Shout out to the Eagle fans in here. Hit the like button wherever you're watching it, and somebody's gonna have a week of great videos and a week of explaining to do. Until next time, y'all know what time it is. We out. Peace.